Hello. Hi. That's my audio. The audio is not working for some reason, so I had to add another thing. So I'm gonna finesse some of the filtery stuff. Can I get this other mic to work though? I don't know why. It's like that weird, I don't know why it is not working. That's fine. Anyway, hello chat, playing Stardew. I'm just like... Am I paused in game? I'm not even paused in game. Here I go. Well, let's at least get audio from Stardew going. Okay, you could... I think you can hear that. I'm gonna turn that down to where I normally have it. And... what do I really care about? I'll finesse that later. I mean, the important thing is that you can hear me. However, I gotta set up the rest of stream. Which will take just a moment, smaller amount of time than I will be messing around with my own audio. Okie dokie. Let's see. Chat is up. So, normally what happens, the audio is going away. The audio is going away. I'm so close. Usually I like to have the, self-promo-y things done after, before the music ends. However... I'm just a little bit late because I had technical difficulties with my mic. However, I am here. We good? We good? We good? I've got chat. Cool. Okay, I think now I have paused time and now I'm back and hello, I'm actually thinking I could move the dresser. I could move the entire dresser. I'm actually thinking of wearing a different That's scary. That's scary. I'm gonna wear that, but I'm also gonna bring a backup hat. I don't know what hard hat. None of these are great hats. I might need to go on a collection for different hats. I'll bring up... No, if I need a backup hat, I need to upgrade my house. Okay. Now I need to do what I normally do when I play Stardew, is remember what I was doing last time. And I believe it's mushrooms, trying to figure out what to do with the slime hutch. Okay, Lewis. Working on... sheds, internal sheds. Actually, there's not much in here. Huh. I have like 3 different Stardew World. Well, like one of them is with Liv. And normally I'd be with Liv working on Stardew stuff. Why is you okay? I am confused. I am so confused about this setup. I have so many other different systems. A Dorado Frenzy. That is useful. I mean, it would be if I was looking for Dorado. However... Oh, I just got these geode crushers. Okay, so usually I have, Usually I have more chests for fish. Usually I have, I think, gem machines over here. Usually I have seed makers over here. And then kegs, and then like kilns and like furnaces along the back. And all of that, and I need to just put all that in there. And then these are my archival chests, which I seem to have gotten that pretty well sorted. All the rocks go in here, and I'll sort it later, I guess. It kind of depends on if I've given Gunther all the things. Let's see. Those are artifacts. There's so many Omni Geodes. Do I have any other types of geodes saved? Because I feel like since I last collected all of these... Oh, okay. Those are things. All of these need to go to Gunther? All of them? I mean, it's kind of understandable that I haven't been, okay, all of these can be turned into stuff. All of these can be put through the machine. All of these need to go to Gunther? Okie dokie. I can do that. I can definitely do that. Let's see. Put these mushrooms in the machines. Yeah, so I have my big mushroom empire that is doing very well, apparently. It's just, I think, normally, now I'm just thinking about, like, what I have learned from all the other different games, like, because I've got my solo game that's the wrong chest entirely. I've got my solo game that is usually just me playing and just, you know, chilling and not doing much in particular. Hi, chicken cat! It's me playing and not doing anything in particular, except, you know, like, I'm just playing, I'm just chilling, and I just learn stuff. There's Liv's farm that, you know, I'm... That's a train. Do I have... I don't even have coffee! Maybe because it's a Joja run that I'm using Joja Cola. Move, chicken. Maybe I'm using Joja Cola instead of coffee. Okay. So, but, like... Just even like by itself, helping Liv on her streams, which she normally would be streaming right now. She would normally be playing Stardew right now. And normally I would be with her doing Stardew things and Riz. I would, you know, it would be me and Riz and Liv. However, technical issues mean that I am streaming Stardew myself. So that's happening. Hello? I kind of actually am less concerned about what's in the train, and I'm more concerned about getting those worms on the other side. Hold on. I knew it! I have one more level of fishing before I have mastery, and I really want mastery. Oh, look! That's nice. Some rocks. Here's some worms. Little grass sprouts, I guess. Oh, we got some coal. This is a big train. Cool. Now I can get the other worms. And then double check and see if, like, anything else was dropped. Leprechaun shoes. I still don't know if that means that the leprechaun was run over, or if it was... It just likes dropping shoes off the side of a train, I guess. And I can't get in there until I get the key from Gunther, which means I need to donate a ton of stuff to Gunther, which I'm heading over there now. See, I could drink a whole lot more Joja Cola, except I kind of don't want to. I really... I kind of would like coffee, because that is nice. Although... Oh, wait, did I think I made it so that I wanted to, like, make my own coffee from specifically the coffee beans and not use a coffee machine. I think I'm just making it harder on myself just in general in this playthrough, which makes sense, and that's still there. That's just, like, the saddest part of this, is that I don't get a movie theater, I don't think. Did I get this? Yeah, I did. Okay. These work. I don't know why I'm, like, double-checking everything. I'm in summer year 2. Hi, Clint. I don't actually need to talk to you. Yeah, I'm wearing a skeleton mask. It's fine, don't worry about it. The fedora was, you know, like, the fedora looks great. But, I wanted a change of pace. I am only partially organizing this stuff. That's, you know, that's still decently organized. I have more, by the way. Wait, did I get a reward? I did. I got a vase. That is a useful reward. I'm gonna double check the... I'm gonna need coffee. I'm going to need some coffee. I have... Wait, do I have tappers for oak resin? Because I know I have a ton of pine trees, but do I have oak? Because I'm gonna need a lot of oak resin for kegs. Hi! You know, also, since I last played... Blueberries. I don't actually know. No, I don't think so. Maybe. Since I last played, I realized... well, like, I did research on fishing, and... Fishing is actually pretty useful in that, fishing in general, of course, is useful. Crab pots. The crab pots, in particular, are very useful. Because you get 5 fishing experience per collected crab pot. And so that was like just a bunch of experience, and I didn't have to fish at all. Although I still need to fish a lot more. Whoa! I have so much in my inventory. Raincoat. Okay, I will maybe wear that later. A book. There's so much in my inventory. Usually I don't have that much in my inventory. Hi, Leah. I think this is also the game where I'm, like, not terribly making friends with people. But I think that just might be my playstyle of, like, I do everything else but make friends, because I had to, like, really push to, you know, like, get everything, everyone's, like, loved items, for... Hi. I had to really push to get everyone's loved items to, like, work my way up to befriending everyone in my solo game, which was, like, now on year 4. So I don't talk to people much, I guess. I need more chests for fish. I need seed makers. I need... Okay. I also definitely need oak resin. I don't know why I keep going after the worms when I have no space in my inventory. I'll get that later. I have a greenhouse, and I have all of this that I can sort through later. I need like a mushroom container on the inside here, because all the well, I did want a full room of just dehydrators. I should also color that roof so I know it's distinct from the other ones. Okay, dehydrators go in here. That's just... Yep, dehydrators go in there. Later. I'm not gonna break those open. These are plants. That's good to know. Did I sort them from the inside? This is just me getting used to everything again. Why are these... Okay, whatever. Usually I don't have them exactly like that. I can put these minerals away, and then probably find more stuff that Gunther needs. Just very casually in here. This is a mineral, that's an artifact. Does Gunther need either of those? Nope. These go to Gunther, this one. Cool, that's not too many. Okay. These are the mushrooms. Oh, yeah, that's a lot of frozen geodes. Cool. Cool. Okay, I kind of want to make more geode crushers, but also, they each take a diamond, and I don't think I have a diamond at the moment. Okay, so this is the... Usually, I have, dehydrators right here, and then this chest of mushrooms is, like, right where this one is. However, I think I'm going to make another chest that's seeds. Specifically seeds. It's going to be a red chest right there. That's not where that goes. That goes in here. Okay. We're working on it. I need a lot more chests, though. I'm hearing birds. Okay, so... I need to smelt more copper, which I have a lot of, which is fine. Oh, I wanted to... It always comes down to fishing. It always comes back to fishing. Okay. Me trying to optimize things a little bit too much. Comes back to me needing to fish, apparently. Okay, I can fish. Live! Hi! Is that a winky face? Yeah, I'm streaming this time. I also need to fish. Because everything else, yup, everything else that I'm doing, I'm like backtracking what I need to do, and like with what, and then I'm like, wait a minute, I need fishing because I'm in the same place that you are at, like I have everything except for fishing. I'm also wearing a skeleton mask. It's a little bit creepy, but it's fine. There's nothing in here! Okay, I would tend to prefer iridium in there, actually. Do I have iridium sprinklers? I've got to have iridium sprinklers. I do. I need to smelt more. Okay, okay. Papyrus, I guess. If I had the rest of that outfit, that'd be so much fun. Yeah, well, this skeleton's going fishing. There's just like an entire chain of like things I need to do, and it's just fish. Which is fine. I have bait. Do I have the correct bait on this fishing rod? Oh, I don't even have a custom bobber or anything. There's like so much cool stuff that's in the game that like we've done in your world that I haven't done here yet. Probably because I was just focused on money because this is Joja Corp and it's only summer year too. So that makes sense. Do I need to donate this? Nope. Okay, I can sell that or keep it or do something. So I'm like partially in collecting mode right now. Wait a minute. How much did I need to pay the bird? Okay, that's like step 5. I'm right now with Kaz catching up on channel 64. Have fun! Say hi to everyone for me. Yeah, I'm also trying to pay the bird on not Joja Island. It's gonna be Joja Island. On Ginger Island. I'm trying to pay the bird on Ginger Island, and I don't actually remember how much I need to pay the bird. And I'm imagining it was more than this. They say hi back. Aw. I'm imagining it was more than this. So, if I head to Ginger Island, I can double check. I really want to say it was, because, oh, I didn't even find any, I was trying to hold back on, like, finding any of the golden walnuts. Again, I'm just making it hard on myself. I was trying to hold back on finding any of the golden walnuts, and just try to, like, pay for everything, because it's the Joja run. And it was, like, 1.2 million. And so I'm, like, half there. So, that's fun. At a certain point, I'll have enough money. I think most of my money is coming in from mushrooms at this point. So at a certain point, I will have enough to actually pay for Ginger Island, get the farm, get literally everything else in Ginger Island. But I need to fish for that in order to level up my final skill, in order to get mastery, in order to get not even the nice scythe. I'm going to go for the furnace first, because that double furnace where you occasionally get a little bit extra back is so nice, and it saves on coal, because like trying to collect coal, either like making coal from wood from a charcoal kiln, that's a lot of wood, or like finding coal takes a lot of time going in through the mines. I've got to level up at some point. I'm sure I could eat food that'll give me fishing skill, little thing up here. I'm sure I could do that. Or I could invest in more crab pots. And in my solo game, I bought too many. So I know how many is too many, and it's at least over 150. Because I bought at least 150 crab pots in my solo game. And that was too many. Wait, there was a noise and it faked me out. No, there's someone else around. Come on. You're one of the few fish I'm finding. I'm mostly finding algae. And it's always a pike. So, a plan. I don't even make. Like, making crab pots might be, like, cheaper as far as materials, but I don't think I have the materials to spend on making crab pots. So I buy crab pots, and then get all, like... You know what? I might actually buy too many crab pots. Because if this is the one holdup, I want to get going pretty fast. So I might actually buy too many crab pots, and then just focus on that. Because I do have a lot of bait. Well, maybe not that much bait. I have more bait that's the regular kind in my inventory, and I can make more of that, or I could buy more of that bait. Because it's not too bad to buy very simple bait. So Willie might be getting a customer. I hope he has enough stock. I don't think stores can run out of stock like that, because I buy, like, normally 300, like, seeds from Pierre for each kind of seed, so I don't think they can run out of stock. That'd be kind of sad if they could. So I go to Willie's, I buy crab pots, tons and tons and tons of bait, and then just collect fish from crab pots, because that's... At least I can do other stuff at the same time. Like, the crab pots just, like, catch fish for me. Oh, look, more soda. So the crab pots catch fish for me. I put in a ton of cheap bait. There's a trick that I heard that, like, at least the periwinkles, the little blue shell things, if you turn it into sashimi, you can sell it for more. And the other ones depends, but, like, you could always turn periwinkles into sashimi and make a profit. So... Why? So, that's a plan. Also, in the back of my mind, I'm like, I should befriend people. I'm like, if that was a back burner goal for my normal playthrough, I don't know. I could do it just to, like... So I've got this goal of the whole Joja thing, but I don't necessarily like them, because, you know, I kind of got... scammed a little bit. Like, I was helping them, and I felt scammed by the end of it. So I don't necessarily like them. So I could befriend everyone to spite Joja, I guess. Fishing, or I could level up right now and I could save money on crab pots, or I could keep catching trash. So I have recycling machines. I could move the I almost said shrimp. The bait makers. I've got bait makers. They're kind of on the wrong side of the thing. They're on the wrong side of the shed, and I need, maybe that's why I haven't set up my dehydrators or anything. Oh, I'm looking at the camera, that's scary. I haven't set up the dehydrators or preserve jars inside of the shed, because I know I'm going to move them anyway. That at some point, I will move them into a shed. And I need to... I need to paint the shed. I know it's getting late. I'm still fishing. Also, yeah, I could... I don't know. I don't know what I'm going to do with all the mastery things. Like, which mastery thing do I get first? Because the fishing rod for mastery is really nice. But I definitely need furnace next. Whenever that happens. And I'll probably get a lot of my experience for mastery from foraging, because I have all the mushroom stuff set up. I think that's, you know, in the foraging category. I'm unsure. But also, as far as fishing, you know, me looking it up on the wiki, as far as fishing goes, if you get it perfect, then it multiplies your score by something, and then depending on what fish it is, dictates the rest of your score. And I think quality has something to do with it, but it's mostly just like better fish, more experience, more rare fish, more experience, basically. So the crab pot's only getting 5 experience per. I think most other fish were like in the 10, 15, 20-ish range, and at like base level of experience you gain. And then on Ginger Island, the tropical fish, they have like an average of like 30-ish, I want to say, base experience, because they're rarer, because they're tropical fish, because island. Fish? Oh, I want that. I want that treasure chest. Although, one day of fishing and I'm already like, okay, I'm going to invest so much into crab pots, because apparently that's easier. Okay, cool. Now I go to sleep, if I can make it there in time. I will try to make it there in time. I'll probably be fine. You know, if I did... Again, with making it harder on myself. I forgot that I have monsters on this farm. Butterflies. I got the butterfly hutch from the desert. You trade the desert merchant and 200 bat wings for a butterfly hutch. Okay. You're giving me the key, Gunther? Golden Shovel Award. It's all thanks to you. I should let you get back to work. By the way, here's a key, so I get to talk to Krobus. Thank you for the key. Okay, cool. No, I don't want to drink that right now. Okay, all of these mushrooms. Did I sell mushrooms yesterday? Did I even make money yesterday? Did I put anything in the shipping container yesterday? I don't think so. What do I even sell? Well, I can actually put this stone in the bulk storage like I like to do. No, I should, there we go. Bulk stone. I am collecting these and then moving these bait machines over to the other side where the other fish stuff is, because that makes sense to me. Huh. That might be a problem. How about... I know I'm going to... Okay, I only literally need one fish smoker because it's so quick and I rarely ever smoke fish. Usually just for the raccoons. So... how about... Oh, wait. I can put some stuff in this. There we go. Trash. Put it in recycling. There we go. That makes sense. I kind of don't like this now. Okay. Fish containers that... No, it does make sense. It does make total sense. However, I need this to be one over. Artifact. And I'll swap everything over later. Okay, and then... Usually, I'm pretty good at organizing things, but for some reason right now I'm feeling a little bit scatterbrained. Okay, I can sell all of these, and then I can sell all of the fish, because that makes sense to me. I can collect that, and I can move all of those into the shed. Sell all of that, get some money. Put all of these dehydrators, or I could leave the pathing where it's supposed to be. Why do I keep fitting the pathing? I put all the dehydrators in the shed, the secondary shed, and then it'll clear up this area, and then I'm one step closer to having a lot of machines just hidden in the sheds. Okay, dehydrators. Not even preserves jars. Most people, I think, start with preserves jars. But considering that I'm collecting a ton of mushrooms from the mushroom stump setup that I have, it makes sense to have a lot of dehydrators, and I still need more fire cords because if I'm gonna use more dehydrators, I can actually put these inside of here because I can move those very easily. I'm not gonna worry too much about getting many preserves jars right now, so I can put these inside and organize my setup a little bit, which is gonna be nice. Okay, this row, here we go. I don't even have a full row of that. So seed machines, seed makers, go there. I need to. Okay, can I set up iridium sprinklers? Battery pack. I need battery pack. How about I sell those two? How about I put something away? Okay, I sell these and hopefully make more money. I mean, hopefully. I will definitely make more money. But the question is, how much time will it take me to get to specifically the amount of money I need to buy all of the walnuts? All of the walnuts. Okay, I need more iridium. Clay, wood, coal. I'm gonna get some coal. Smelt some iridium to get more sprinklers. Put that artifact away. Those two can definitely go to Gunther. Wow. That's a lot of stuff to go to Gunther. That's seeds that can eventually go inside, so eventually I can put a computer out here. Or a different combination of chests, but I usually just like to have the seeds on the inside. Why is this in here? Mushrooms can also go inside. I haven't encountered any crows yet. Good job. No, you are doing a good job. I don't have any big chests, so I need... Okay, I do have oak and maple set up. It's just I don't have this. It's not. It is presently not giving me any oak resin, which is fine. There's nothing in the cave, no fruit or anything. Hello, chicken wearing a captain's hat. Chicken gave me a carp. That's nice. I don't know if I get experience fishing from experience from that one. I need to go to Willie's in order to buy many things. Let's see. Okay, this is the point where I just put everything in the dump chest to organize later, which I normally organize myself. I'm definitely going to go to Willie's, get like tons and tons of crab pots, tons and tons of bait. I don't have any crab pots in here. Nope. Go to Willie's. Do I have a beach totem? I do. Oh, hi. And no one's pointing out the fact I'm wearing a skeleton mask. That's fine. Okay, the shells on the beach count as foraging, I think. These count as fishing. I didn't want to pick that up. I'm gonna put that back. And this bait goes into the crab machines, crab pots. There we go. And then time to buy a bunch from Willie. And it will be too much. It will be too many crab pots. Hi, Willie. First of all, this might actually be like a stack of bait. Because this bait is cheap. I'm halfway there. Wait, how much? Okay, that's not too bad. Math? 30? Yeah, about 30. Okay. So I have about a stack of bait. One more. There we go. I have a stack of bait. I know! Yeah, I have a plan. I'm gonna buy too many crab pots. And by too many, I do mean too many. You know what? Maybe. I'm gonna start with 100, because maybe I was misremembering and it wasn't 150 crab pots. It wasn't 150 crab pots. It was 150,000 gold worth of crab pots. And now it just goes. now it just goes here. This is a really weird spot because they kind of overlap one another. This is gonna be. It's gonna get worse. Like, those two are, like, directly overlapping each other. I don't like putting crab pots right here because then this kind of blocks it. However, I could totally put one, like, along the coast. I'm not gonna... Normally I would put some along the edge of the boardwalk, but I actually don't like how that looks too much. So, for right now, I'm just doing it along the edge of the beach. Yeah! And this is actually not to make money. This is, like, absolutely... not going to, like, this is, like, actually a super poor return on investment. Like, it's not gonna, like, I will very likely not make any of that back over the course of, like selling any of this fish. Because you mostly get trash, and the fish you do get do not get you that much, don't get you that much at all. So, I'm actually doing this just so that I can level up in fishing faster without just spending so much time just fishing myself. So by the time I actually have fishing leveled up, I don't know what I would do with all of these. It's not. It looks horrible. This looks horrible. Okay. Like, there's just so many crab pots just along the entire coast. Which, I guess... I don't know. I do have the option of, like, removing them when I level up in fishing. Or I am just surrounded by crab pot spoils for the rest of this playthrough. That's also possible. Yeah... Okay, I have 14 left. I'm gonna put those along the lake in the forest, in Cindersap Forest. Because I don't necessarily want to go all the way around. I could. Actually, no, I'll put some... Whew. This feels a little bit min-maxy, like a little bit too... I did not mean to give that to you. So, whenever... I'll come back tomorrow and collect all of the crab pot spoils, see if I level up in fishing. Oh look, a fishing quest. What was I doing? I needed to give some stuff to Gunther still. But I have the key, so I can go to talk to Krobus and probably get the thingy in order to complete the quest. I don't even have chickens. I don't even have regular chickens, because the trail, you unlock the hatch with the rusty key. There's Krobus. It's Monday, so I can actually talk to him. Human visitor? You're looking for a dark talisman. However, it's... Oh. Okay, cool. So I go in here, I try to find the dark talisman, and I fight things along the way, I guess. Oh, I get bug meat. I could use that for bait. Hello, I'm looking for a thing. No, don't do that. Ah. Okay, well, it was fine. I haven't been in here, like, I'm very rarely in here, because, like, it's You are here for the Dark Talisman, and that's about it. It is a very cool area, though. Bug, 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 bug. Mystery box. Algae soup? Just dropped 2 bowls of algae soup. Oh, look. That's what I was looking for. It looks more ominous with a skeleton mask. Also, it's a pretty good place to get fiber, so I'm gonna have to remember that, because sometimes I run out of fiber, and I'm like, I'm waiting for the Green Rain Day, or like you get a fiber recipe from Linus, I think, Linus, so you can like grow your own fiber plants, and then harvest it, if you happen to need it. But if there's an excess of algae soup over here, if there's an excess of fiber over here, I should just remember that. Okay, let's see. Can you break these open? Are these rocks that you can break open? Nope. There's a lot of like little skulls, I just realized, other than the one I'm wearing. Okay, by the way, Krobus, you have a shop. You definitely have a shop. Merchant of rare and exotic goods. Oh, I did not mean to buy that. Cool. Okay. Star drop. I kind of need that. That's nice. It regains your energy right away. The taste reminds you of movies. Okay, did I just buy the Wizard catalog by accident? I did. That's fine, because the Wizard catalog is really cool, though now I'm kind of low on money. I wanted to buy the, Void Egg. Specifically, whenever I happen to get a, you know what? If I don't even need regular chickens. Wait a minute, I don't even need to make a chicken head. I could just turn this into void mayonnaise, although that's kind of mean. But I don't need to buy a chicken coop in order to make void mayonnaise. I just need the machine. I just need the mayonnaise machine. I could just plop this in here. Okay, maybe that's why Krobus sold that. I bought the Wizard catalog by accident. Okay. So, I think the plan is still the same for Ginger Island. It just might take longer. And now I have the Wizard catalog. Okay, I didn't expect to buy that. I'm sure Krobus is happy. Okay, iridium's done. That's great. That's cool. That's cool. I have more iridium sprinklers. I could make more iridium sprinklers out of this. Yup. This is great. This is fine. I'll put some of this in here. Actual seed container. This goes in here. Actual seeds. The bait I'm keeping with me. This I'm keeping. Oh my goodness. Okay. I'm gonna decorate my house later, maybe. Sorry, chicken. Fortunately, my ex-wife took all the furniture. Fortunately, I have the good sense to make ethereal copies of everything. Oh, okay. Oh, that's so cool! You know what? The Wizards catalog is pretty cool. I just didn't expect it to buy it, like, right now. Okay, what's in here? Fish. I need to move all this into the thing. I love the Wizards catalog. I know, me too. It's except my money went away. My money went away. I clicked it on accident. Oh, I'm just also trying to sort things. Okay. Here's what I'm doing next. Is that, yes, it would be slightly more optimal to wait until the furnace. However, the crab pot thing takes a couple of days. So I'm going to smelt this now, make the chests now so I can organize things now. So it's more, I can just feel better organizing things, I guess. Moss? And copper's really quick to smelt, so it's pretty easy. I might actually run out of wood before I run out of copper. No, I'm definitely gonna run out of copper before I run out of wood, I think. Well, I will make as many big chests as I have materials for both. Did I think at one point I had a bunch of lightning rods behind here. Or maybe I cleared some space so that I have space for lightning rods right there. I've like barely... It's way too late in the season to start planting, say, melons. I wonder if I could plant something like this. Another kind of a crop. I am not sure. That's a decent amount of big chests. Let's see if that works. Let's see. Wait, I need a Mandy's machine. Woodstone. Hold on, what did that say? Woodstone earth crystal copper bar. 1 mayonnaise machine. This is actually more of a... Slightly more of maybe a heartless thing. No, I don't want to eat the void egg. I just need the void mayonnaise to give to the goblin. Okay, put all of this... Most of this back. And then I need to organize everything. Okay. This can all come with me because I actually need to move 3 different chests over by 1, and I don't want to mess around with the chest jumping all over in an open room like this. So that's not too bad at all. Put all of this away. Oysters kind of look like gems. And there's nothing in there because I don't have any farm animals, so that works great. Nothing's in there. And then green, because I realized one day that with the archival system that I really, really want, I need 4 of these chests that hold like, you know, like this is just the plants. This is like stuff from preserve jars. This would be dehydrated stuff and maybe juice, and then this would be wine. Specifically wine in its own section, because ideally I like to have 5 copies of regular wine and then 5 copies of Iridium Star, whatever the wine is. Doesn't matter what kind of wine. So it can be like the ancient fruit wine, or it can be like salmon berry wine. Like, it doesn't matter the price. Okay, and then this is going to be actually... I might move this over by 1 too, because well, no. How about I do this? Move this over by 1, and then the little mini shipping container bin goes right there, and then these can still go here. So this is seeds. This is mushrooms that I just took everything out to put everything back in, and then apparently also geodes, which is fine. I've been waiting to put my own geodes in my own geode machines. I need a couple rows more. Okay, then what is the recipe for seed makers? Because me putting the seed makers in would make me feel a lot better about like that room being a little bit more fleshed out. Gold, wood, coal. I need more of this, but it's fine. I can put a little bit of gold in the smelters. Definitely gonna need more machines there. And then fish. Fish is gonna be one of the bigger ones. Yeah, okay. And I believe I have enough chests for that, which is great. And how did I think I actually swapped my scheme over here. And then over here is like row and stuff. That looks right to me. Do I have anything to give to Gunther? I have something to give to Gunther. I'm gonna grab all the fish stuff in here, and I should put the battery packs back where they belong. Whoop, wrong chest. Have some of that. This goes to Gunther. Frozen tear goes in here. Coal. Random rock. I would like the seeds. I'm gonna move the seeds in a minute. It's late, but I have the void mayonnaise. I'm amazed I caught that. I was about to pass out. Okay, we're getting some money back. Okay, so how much was the wizard catalog? We made like almost a third of the wizard catalog back in one day. It was technically 2 days of mushrooms, but that's fine. Okay, I have this. This doesn't get sold or drank or anything that goes in there. This is for specifically the seed makers, which I need coal and wood for. Which I need more wood for, apparently. And I need to clear my inventory if I'm gonna be collecting that. This can actually go in storage, because I'm not gonna use it. Okay, bait, that's actually not a bad... I like it in the corner there. Okay, so usually I've got, yeah, like stuff like this, like, top quality, like, shellfish and stuff, and, like, forageable stuff in there, and then, like that, the top quality of whatever I happen to have, which is gonna change as I sort through and cycle through stuff, because I'm like, I'm pretty sure I have better quality oysters than this. I can put the minerals that I don't need to give to Gunther in here. That one says Gunther, but I have a copy of it already. Algae soup, I can put in the refrigerator, I guess? Or the chest next to the refrigerator. And I can put the dried purple mushrooms in there. And then any of the duplicates... Like, that's a duplicate, or like, I say duplicate, but it's like, spare stuff of a lower quality, I guess, is more commonly accurate, I can put in here. And that's just the chest that I can do whatever with. Carp, shrimp, all of that. There's a lot of stuff in here. There's some roe. Gonna bring some seeds along. I might leave the tree fertilizer out because I need to use it a lot. Let's see. I have a lot of spring seeds, which is nice. All of the seeds go in the red chest. Aha. Great. And then roe goes in there. And I'm not super worried about, you know, making archival copies of all the roe, because that sounds kind of like a lot, and not super into, you know, fishing collections. Although you'd think I would be. But not so, apparently. Okay, and then fish of highest quality kind of go in here. And then again, any duplicates go in here. So it's just shuffle over, and then like, so this is fish, this would be like rare fish, this would be like roe. There's that. This one is flowers. Yep. Although, there is one thing I did that I moved, the stuff that can be turned in, the forageables that can be turned into seeds, I put with the seeds. And I think I like that decision. Like, that was a good decision. I'm gonna put something, if I can get stuff from outside, I'm gonna put something in the preserve jars. How about salmon berry stuff? Or maybe like fiddlehead fern. How about like a little bit of both? Fiddlehead fern preserves. There we go. I got torches from the newspaper. Although you can get cloth. Sometimes you get cloth from recycling newspaper, which is nice. Because otherwise you need like wool, and you need to get it from sheep, and like it's a whole process. Okay, and now that I have... Now that I have a box specifically for mushrooms, then I could probably make like an archival version of the mushroom container, I guess. collect all of these mushrooms, and then see what's in the fruit cave. Still nothing, I don't think. The mahogany trees are taking a while. Okay, and then now, like, where did my dehydrators go? The dehydrators went in the dehydrator room. And let's see. I'm gonna maybe keep, you know, a highest quality copy of these mushrooms too. Just, again, archival. Because I want to. Gotta be careful with that one. Okay, and then swap that. No, I don't want to eat these. And then I need more dehydrators. I want to fill the entire shed with dehydrators. And then all of these mushrooms go in here. However, I want to take the highest quality. I think I already have high quality of those, but I'll bring some along just in case. And then I know there's also like a magma cap that is from the volcano in the island, but I have not done much of anything in the island, so that's that'll wait. Okay. Now the question is, do I have like the one of it, like 5 of every star level of these mushrooms? Because like that looks a little, you know, it looks a little bit empty. I don't know what I'm going to do with the rest of the shed. This is the shed. I don't know what I'm going to do with the rest of the chest. So I could do something more like that. I don't know. I'll think about it. Because it feels on one hand, I don't need to have samples of all the different star levels. I could just have the highest quality one. But the reason why I'm keeping some of the highest quality ones is because it doesn't take as much space. Okay, I'm gonna bring all of that to Gunther. And for things like fish where there's tons of them, not taking up space is really nice. But mushrooms where there's only 5 varieties, I can afford to keep more, but I don't necessarily need to. So I wonder if there's like other stuff I could put in there. Oh, I could put the forageable stuff, because like the forageable stuff that also can be turned into seeds are kind of like squished at the bottom a little bit. So if I don't have it squished to the bottom, I don't have space. If I don't have it all squished at the bottom, then I can just put it in a different chest. But that's still forageables. Oh look, I got stuff. I might actually fill up the museum relatively quick at this rate. Wait a minute, is it the next day? I can collect the crab pots. How much do I have as far as mineral collections? Okay, there's still several more things that I need there. Artifacts, still many more things that I need. Wait, what's the artifact? I don't remember what that one is. I remember what most of these things are. I don't remember that one. Oh, hi, Kent. I have espresso. I don't know if I'm going to use it at all. Okay. Hi, Alex. Yeah, I wouldn't worry about all the crab pots. Wait! I picked up one. I was 5 experience away. I could have, like, fished once and caught a fish and then leveled up. I did not need to buy all the crab pots. Okay, so, yeah, crab pots are exactly 5. So, I wonder if I can actually, make my money back with just crab, but that's gonna take forever. Listen, I bought it sounded like something for a second. Starting off it says listen at the, beginning of a sentence. So I'm like, oh, this is a sunny thing to do. So I bought a wizard catalog by accident for 150k, and I bought crab pots for 150k, so it's 300,000 that I probably would have had otherwise. And so I'm like very far away from actually buying all of the golden walnuts. So if this helps at all, I'm sure it'll help. Maybe not substantially. Maybe not in a way that makes it worth the time. But I'm gonna try to see if, this is worth doing a little bit. Maybe just a little bit. And then this is the weird triangle that, like, it's not really that easy to collect stuff from it, but, I also find it fascinating how everything kind of overlaps each other, like, where the blocks that actually register as a valid, like, this is a good place to put a crab pot, but they also overlap. Like, that's fascinating how that works. Okay. So most of that's trash, but I have recyclers. So that's fine. I at least want to use up all the bait. And then I'll probably move a lot of this to the lake. That might actually be a good idea. I'll move some of that to the lake. Highly up. I'll move some of that to the lake, which I don't even know if it'll help. Well, I'll probably get periwinkles that way, and I can do the sashimi trick. I could do that, and then it would, like, be not as far to walk. Although, if I'm going to the museum anyway, in general, then that wouldn't be too... I'll get that piece of seeds later. That'll be fine. It wouldn't be too far to walk if it was just a lake. I just need to go down. But, like, going to the bus stop and then, like, down around and together, it takes a while. And I could put crab pots around my own, like, little pond right here, and I don't mind if it looks ugly. Damas. Okay, and now to organize the stuff that I got, and probably recycle a ton of stuff. And usually, this is slightly counterintuitive, I usually put the trash also in the flowers, which doesn't make sense, but it's right next to the recyclers. So it's just a location thing. Okay, crab goes in here. Except clams go in here. The oysters, those three can go in here. I can sell them if I want. I don't even have the catalog. I can't see prices on anything. Okay. Do I have fiddlehead ferns? I don't have fiddlehead ferns. There we go. Okay, those are the spare fiddlehead ferns. That's a decoration. That's a dot. That doesn't go in there. That's decoration. That goes in. That's all in there. I have a spare seed maker for some reason. Okay. Oh wait, I think I made one. And then ran out of something. Okay, lobster. And then more clams. And then mussels can all go in here. Algae soup. I kind of want that catalog. Because if there's stuff that... Like, I can compare the prices of, like... I can turn this into food and then sell it, and it'll be cheaper. Not cheaper, well, it'll be more cost effective for me. Like, I can make money off of making it into food, but I won't really know that if I don't really have the catalog yet. So, okay, now that I leveled up in fishing, tomorrow the mastery thing will unlock, which is great, and now I have way too many crab pots. Let's see. Although, it's... Oh, no, I want the full stack of sap, please. On one hand, I may have been a slightly impatient. On the other hand, I didn't know how much I had left, because it doesn't tell you the amount of experience you have until you get to mastery. so I didn't know. Let's see. Salmon berries. But I bought stuff anyway. I will need to go mining at some point because I need more gold bars for the thing. Seed makers. Put in all of these crops into the stuff inside. I can put... Oh, that's right, I have a chest in place of... I'll put some stuff away elsewhere. I'll put the algae soup in here. That doesn't make sense, but it's in there now. Hazelnuts. Okay. Five. I have broccoli. I have... Well, I have sweet gemberries. There's also in my solo game that I am trying to get a stack of each of the highest quality vegetables I can, which is time consuming, and I might do that if I run out of stuff to do, but I also... That's far away. That is far away. It's a different, distant goal, I believe. So, no problems there for right now. I don't really have much of anything. I have that, and I have that. And I have that, and cactus fruit, and coconut I actually have. Apricot. Yeah, usually by now I feel like I would have had more fruits and vegetables, like if I, you know, planted more fruits and vegetables instead of invested everything into mushrooms. But you know, that's how it goes, I guess. Okay, star fruit. I'm organizing my stuff. Okay, I have spiceberry, that's fine. Rhubarb, that's nice to have. I have river jelly. I can actually put this in here. I can put these in here. Yeah, that's actually... Yeah, the flowers definitely go in there. Do I keep 5 in each spot though? Like, do I put some stuff in there? Like, that's the archival flowers just in case. That makes sense. Okay, gonna get all the refined quartz from these CDs and glasses. Okay, I've got the pickled stuff that can just go right in there. Usually I have to sort on whether I like have it or not. Whoop. Oh, nope. I lost chat for a second. Let's see. Ginger. I have ginger. Spring onion. Have spring onion. I have cave carrot. I can put wild plum in here. I can put the geodes in the machines. There we go. And then I'll probably get more minerals and artifacts from that. Okay. Spring onion, ginger, cave carrot, all that goes in there. I can turn that into preserves or whatever else. Artifacts. This actually counts as an animal product, so that could go in there. Wait, no, I need that for a thing. I think. There was something to do with that. Let's see. So I'm gonna put this in a different chest over here. And I'm gonna swap out the sprinklers in the greenhouse. Because, you know, that would be nice. And I'm definitely going to need more, what is it? Definitely gonna need more of that fertilizer, quality fertilizer. Okay. So, iridium sprinklers, 2 out and 2 down, so this one goes right here. And then 2 out and 2 down. Actually, that's not bad. If I got that correct. 2 out. And then 2 more out. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, that's not too bad. And then I don't have trees. I could get some of the tree saplings at some point. Although that would be money. Although you can get some really good money from selling the preserved jar versions of it, or the dehydrated versions of all that fruit. So that would be, you know, expanding the whatever empire I'm doing. Because, like, the mushrooms do take a couple of days, and then the fruit trees are once every 3 days. So that's not going to be too bad if I do decide to invest. That I have money. Although Pierre's isn't open. So I'll have to do that later. I have a couple of mummified frogs, even though I haven't even talked to Professor Snail. Let's see. Move. I do have a peach sapling. What else? That goes inside. This can go in here. This also goes in here. That also goes in here. And then get the rest of the seeds, I guess. And that's all mushrooms, and I want to keep the tree fertilizer out here. This is the wrong shed. Seeds. That all goes in here. And then I can collect all of this stuff. I can give that to Gunther, and I could put the rest in storage. Which I could sell. I know some of the minerals you need for, like, I know you need quartz for, like, there's these, like, lamp things that you need quartz for as part of the recipe. And then, same thing, aquamarine. Aquamarine is the same way. However, I don't think all the minerals are like that, so I think some of them you could just, like, sell without needing to keep it. Although I don't remember which ones. Or I don't know which ones because I hadn't looked that up on the wiki yet. Give that to Gunther. I could put that in smelter. There's a Krobus-like creature. I actually don't know what they're called. Hold on, there's a level 10 fiddlehead fern? There's an interesting amount of stuff in here. I do need more wood, so I could go to Cindersap Forest to cut down a bunch of trees. That works. However, fiddlehead fern. Wait, I meant to put in 5. There we go. Put that in here. Oh, I need to put more trash in the recyclers. Including the broken glasses. And then this trash, like, literally just the item trash doesn't really get you much. Sometimes it'll get you coal, sometimes iron, I believe. Sometimes it's something else, and I don't quite remember what. Could cut down trees on my own land claim. I said land claim like it's Minecraft on Minecraft server. On my own farm, I could cut down some trees, because there are a lot of them. And they're kind of encroaching on this pathway that has no path blocks on it yet. So I could cut these. And I'm getting seeds. And then on a different day I can go to Cindersap Forest. Although I was going to go down there tomorrow anyway because of the Mastery Cave. I'll get several more, but I probably have enough for a couple more seed makers. I don't know how many exactly I need, but usually I make like batches of like 3 to 5 and then just like eyeball it. Like, okay, after this I need like 2 or 3 more. Although it is a really cool farm layout that there's like a lake right here. I could put crab pots in the lake right there. And I don't have to go to the beach. Because I don't think that if there's an event at the beach, such as the Luau or the Squid Fest, that it'll disrupt any of the crab pots. That I feel like that would have been accounted for. But it's something in the back of my mind that makes me nervous because I don't want to lose $150 gold worth of crab pots. So maybe I want to move them to my own farm. Okay, cool. Is that one of those ones? I know there's some way to remove bushes on your own farm. I don't remember exactly, like, what criteria is needed to do that. But there is a way to do it. Fire quartz. I'll take that. Gold. Oh, that's even better. Let's see. A couple more gold, and then the rest is copper. And then let that smelt. And then... what did I need? I needed wood and gold and coal, I think, for seed maker. Yes. Gee, okay, I need more gold. That's fine. Put the Omni Geode in here. Pine tar in here. And then I can... Hold up. There we go. I can collect all these other minerals that may or may not be needed to be donated to Gunther. I think I already have these two, but I need to donate the one, this, I think. Limestone, that thing, okay. Put this away. Put the seeds where they belong, put these seed makers out. For it always, like, surprises me how much space... Like how much I need to fill the space. Like, wow, this could fit so many things inside of it. However, it always also amazes me that I just placed 4 down and it just filled up so much space, but I can still have space for like 5 more. So that's 5 more. So I need 5 more gold bars whenever I get that, and I can... Actually, I didn't have that yellow one out here in the chest yet. I can also put the mystery containers over here. I have 3 gold bars smelting, so it's 3 out of 5. So whenever I get more gold, which might be panning for minerals, because I don't know when I'm going to go to the mines next. Yeah, this one goes into this. This one goes in here for the collection of stuff to give to Gunther whenever I give stuff to Gunther. Ah, fishing. I love the treasure one. I know the double fish price is going to be useful. You sense that a new way is open. That's the mastery thing. Wood, coal, 3 more seed makers. There we go. And time to get mastery. Well, maybe... you know, open the thing, read the dialogue, and then get mastery later whenever I happen to level up. But I'm leveling up, you know, I'm getting experience decently fast. I say decently fast because it's like all the experience you're gaining from everything. It's not just one particular skill. So, oh, I should have checked how much, like, and then you find out exactly how much experience every action takes. So, like, if there's stuff in this cave, I can check how much each one... There's nothing in this cave. There hasn't been in a long time. What's with this cave? There's gotta be, like, foraging up here. I want to double check, like... okay. How many points do I get of experience if I pick up, like, something... It's like foraging. That was a lot, actually. It was like 14 points. I don't know if it's normally like 7 and it doubles because I've got the thing that like doubles. Oh, I wonder if it's also because I have the thing that makes it Iridium Star, and if you pick up something of quality, maybe it's just more points. So I got double sometimes, but then also like the maximum star quality, so just foraging gets a lot of points, which is nice. I don't know why I'm up here. I meant to go to Cindersap Forest. Although, I have this. I don't have the Void Mayonnaise on me, though. Let me come back with Void Mayonnaise. You know, I have a horse. I could be wandering around with a horse. As opposed to drinking Joja Cola, which doesn't seem to be making... I mean, it's making a difference. It is making me slightly faster for 20 seconds. But riding around on a horse might be a little bit more efficient to go up to spots like that. Okay. Okay, I grab Void Mayonnaise. I hop on my horse. I actually need to go a different way because that horse can't fit through that spot. So maybe it's not more efficient. No, there's not really a great, quick way to get there. Maybe I leave my horse at home. Although that is a very cute horse. I don't know why I have a horse. Okay, I drink the Joja Cola. I go a different way, which is taking the minecart to the mines and then from the mines to that top part. Mines. Oh look, okay, I gotta forge things. That's a... okay. I can put that in one of my chests, one of my archival chests. Hi, Linus. And I'm slow again, I don't have any Joja Cola on me. I think I can cut down these trees. Yep. These trees might have been from the Green Rain Day. Because they're not necessarily there all the time. Actually, a good way to know would be if they were there at the beginning of the game before Green Rain Day even happened. But I don't remember. Halibut frenzy has begun at the beach. Okay. Well, I do need to go to the beach to collect the crab pots and move them to my place. Okay, and now I go in here. What happens if I just give him the mayonnaise right away? Okay, so there's still the dialogue of, and then you go inside and then are never seen again? Okay. This is what the wizard wanted! Hi! Welcome to chat. I don't know what you mean by that. Are there lemons in the game? I don't think so. That'd be cool, though. There's so much I haven't gotten now that I realize it. There's oranges. That's citrus. This does a thing. This does a thing. I actually don't need any of this right now. And I believe this warps you to the wizard's basement. No, there's no lemons. Yeah, this is the wizard's basement. Hi, wizard. You found my ink. Excellent. Yeah. Did you happen to... No, I did not see your ex-wife. Well, it sounds like he misses her. Don't tell me you don't want to know. I don't want to get into your complicated relationship with your ex-wife. I'm sorry. There's a reward. Oh yeah, we get the book! We got the thingy! And I bought the Wizard's catalog by accident, which is a different thing. But now I have Wizard's furniture and then this, like book that makes magical structures similar to Robin. Everything becomes so silly once I have the skeleton mask on. Okay, well, let's see what I could potentially purchase. Okay, Junimo Hut. These are useful, the obelisks. Maybe less so the mountain one, because the minecart already takes you to the mines. Warps you to the beach. Although for completion's sake, that would be nice. That one's useful. That one is definitely useful. That one is very useful. I just need to get dragon teeth from the volcano, which is the hard part. And it's a million, which is also the hard part. I do like the timepieces. Like having a clock on the farm would be nice. It'd be cool. However, it's 10 million. Like, I could get a return scepter before then, which would be arguably so much more useful. Mystery box. I need to check I'm not gonna have enough to level up right now, but I could check the door in the Cindersap Forest, like the door in the cliffside that has all the mastery stuff. I could check that and get the cutscene of, or at least it's a note. It's a note or something. I really need to set up. I think I have enough. I'm processing in my brain, like, I need to make a shed for the kegs, and I think I have enough oak resin to at least get started. But I definitely need a shed for that. But if I'm just getting started, I can put a couple of kegs in the regular shed. Okay. So this door before said only master of the 5 ways can enter, and it said like 0 out of 5 or 4 out of 5. And now I can enter it. Final path. Okay, here is, yeah, we got combat, foraging, farming, fishing, mining. Director, note, within these walls are tips, recipes, and some of my most cherished tools, as in the iridium scythe and the better fishing rod. Many happy years, spent in the Amelia, improving your skill and wisdom you could make good use of these powerful secrets. Journey making studio farm, a shining star of the whole world. I don't know about that. But whenever I get enough experience to pick one of these things, I'm thinking of doing the one that has the furnace, which is not combat. It is mining. Yeah, I want the furnace. Wait a minute, gem-bearing rocks now grant twice the gems. That is very useful. So I do want the furnace and whatever else you get from mining, that mastery skill. And luckily, I don't actually have to mine in order to get mastery experience, so I can just chop trees and do whatever else, and it'll be fine. Although I do need to get the crab pots. Okay, now I'm like backtracking of like the list of things I needed to do, because it was all hinging on me getting specifically fishing. Like, if I completed fishing, I can get all the mastery tools stuff. I can get the furnaces, which is, now that I think about it, like a nice to have, but is there anything else that's more useful to me? Maybe trinkets. Trinkets are really useful. That's the combat one. So I can just go into Skull Cavern with, I think my favorite is the magic quiver, but I haven't used all of the trinkets yet, so I don't actually know. I haven't tested all of them. I could go into Skull Cavern, have a magic quiver just shoot at the serpents for me, and I just focus on mining, and then the serpents are kept at bay, and it's so much easier. Except I need the magic quiver for that, so I might be talking myself into getting the combat one, actually. So that'll be fun. Like, whichever one I pick, they're all very useful things. So like fishing, you get an extra slot for a bobber. The scythe, the iridium scythe, you can harvest crops like with the scythe, which makes sense. Deforestation, it'll grow back. At least in this video game, it grows back. And I do need the wood for making machines. Mostly, yeah, I'm gonna need a lot for kegs. Although I need gold for a couple of more seed makers. Need a lot of kegs. I also need a lot of dehydrators, but I think that's actually hardwood. No, it's regular wood. Okay. I just need fire quartz for that, and clay. And then, Ginger Island has a good supply of clay, but I need money for that, and I spent a bunch accidentally. Accidentally on purpose? The crab pots were on purpose. The wizard catalog was not on purpose. But now I have cool furniture that I'll probably figure out whenever I upgrade my house, which is going to be after Ginger Island. Just need a lot of... yeah, this is the part of the game where I just need a lot of stuff. And I have a big checklist of stuff, things to do. And I'm not making it easier on myself because I have... the thing with Ginger Island is that I want to purchase all of the golden walnuts, like as many as I can. I think I have like 3 on accident. But all the rest of them I'm gonna buy, which is expensive. It's like 1.2 million or something. Like, I don't think I even have gotten Leo down from, like, hiding in the corner of his little tropical house. I haven't even completed that interaction with Leo, so I just want to see what happens. It's like, if these really oddly specific circumstances happen, what happens? And it is me buying all of the golden walnuts right away. Because this is a Joja run, technically. I mean, yes, not technically, it is a Joja run, but I already completed all the level up things. Hello, people. And also, I have not been making friends, partly because I've been focusing on Joja things. It's like, how do I make the most money in the shortest amount of time? Mushroom stumps, actually, that I haven't been farming. Because the better... like the recurring crops that I usually use, like mid-game, such as like ancient fruit that I usually plant on like Ginger Island or in the greenhouse. I didn't have that at first. I'm like, how do I make money in the early game? And it was a whole lot of mining and it was a whole lot of mushroom stumps. And so now I'm like, it reached the mid-game where I could do other stuff, and I still haven't bought a chicken coop or anything. Okay, I'm gonna go back. I'm gonna get stuff for giving to Gunther. I want to put some of this stuff away. And then I'm going to go check the crab pots and I think pick all of them up from the beach. And then do something else. That all goes... That's all going to go in a shed sometime. That actually can go in the shed too. That's bulk. And this goes to Gunther as Gunther is closed. Okay. It's too late in the day. That's fine. I'll still get the crab pots. Why? I forgot that those can spawn here. It's a woodland, not... Is it wilderness or... It's wilderness. It's a wilderness farm. So I get monsters appearing out of nowhere. Let's see. Whoop, whoop. That... If I can press the right combination of buttons. Okay. To the town. Noted. Get mushroom stump. I need to Stardew Valley. I'm doing it in a little bit of a strange way, and a little bit intense, but once I get back to the farm, I can kind of show off what I'm doing with the mushrooms. Because they should be... The ones in the dehydrators should definitely be done. I just need to get these crab pots. And crab pots don't really give you great money for your investment, because it's like this is mostly like trash and stuff that doesn't really sell for much. And I just mostly bought all of these for the purposes of leveling up and fishing, which I did. So I don't necessarily need them, or at the very least I don't want them on the beach, because they're not necessarily pretty. But I can put them on my lake at my farm, and that'll be easier. I guess I can access them easier, and I don't mind if it's not pretty. Yeah, mushroom stumps are pretty good. Like if you have the moss and if you have the hardwood for it, and then you need dehydrators. It's like I've been trying to like figure out like the best way to like plant them surrounded by trees. And it works better the more trees and the more mushroom stumps you have, because you get like a lot of mushroom stumps all at once. But then, in consequence, you need more dehydrators. Hold on, I need all of these. I just set these up too. Where is the... How do you pick them up? It's like a little... It's tricky, because you have to You have to place them down slightly above where it's sitting, and you have to put the bait in slightly above where it's sitting. But if you pick them up, you have to click exactly where the crab pot is. Do I have I have a warp totem. I'm fine. If if it gets late, I can use the warp totem. It's fine. Yeah, as far as I'm aware, like, old versions of Stardew, mushroom stumps weren't a thing, and the only way you could get mushrooms effectively was a mushroom cave. But also, like, now that mushroom stumps are a thing, I usually go for the fruit cave, because you can get, like, especially in not a Joja run, like if you're in a community center run and happen to need, like, apricots and apples, having a fruit cave can be easier than, like, waiting for the trees to grow. Come on, all of these crab pots. It's actually... I only have a couple more, so... then I can warp home. Yes, couple more. Okay. I'm going back home. Crap. Okay. I looked at chat for 1 second. I'm being attacked by a serpent. I just need to get to my shed. Crab pot doesn't get a lot of crab. No, it doesn't. I think, yeah, it doesn't get a lot of crab. Again, mostly trash. Okay, mushroom stumps give you a bunch of mushrooms. You need 5 to put in a dehydrator, and you get a lot. Like, actually a lot. And I don't have a catalog to see the actual price of these right now. Wait, did I put all this? I didn't even put them. I have to go out there in the dangerous. Okay. I didn't know you could get rabbit's foot from that. Okay, cool. Where are the mushrooms? Actually, I will put some of this over here and sort it later. Actually, I can put some of that away right now. Okay, crab pots, 115. Okay. It's 12. I still have time. So, just in my, like, spare mushrooms that I have left to put into the dehydrators, these are kind of a lot. And so I grabbed the ones that I have at least 5 of. And then bring them over to the dehydrators. More monsters. Plop them in here. And this is like... this is gonna be a room full of dehydrators, and it's gonna be ridiculous. Because I'm... it's a little bit crazy. I'm trying something a little bit crazy that I don't see many people doing. Okay, all of those are in the dehydrators now. You monster. I'm going to sell specifically all of the dried mushroom types, and we can see how much it goes for. Heck, when it actually goes through the shipping container thing. Yeah, that's typical. It's between 20 and 30k for the and this is only the mushrooms. So, like, certain, like, artisan goods can do that. Like, you have a ton of mayonnaise, it does that. You have a ton of, like, truffles or truffle oil, it does that. So, like, just pick an artisan good to specialize in or something. Or, like, use a bunch of different things. Because usually, like, and if I'm having fun with it, as opposed to trying to do something crazy, like with the Joja run, then I'm like, oh, I got all the cows and all the pigs and all the chickens and all that, and I just have, like, a mishmash of everything. Does it make a lot of profit? Yeah, I'd say it does. Like, I'm in summer year 2, which normally I would be getting all of my profit from, like, I need to put stuff in here. I need to put stuff in the greenhouse. I would normally be getting all my profit from crops, mostly, like, cauliflower, melons, pumpkins. Like, those are the big ones for if you want to do crops. Because the seeds cost more, but it gives you a lot, like, you get a lot back from it. So normally I'd be doing, like, the pumpkins, melons thing. I would have tons of pumpkins and melons. Why am I in here? I guess it doesn't matter. Put some of the mushrooms... Wait, that's not quite how I want to organize that. I'll put the mushrooms back in the current mushroom box. Let's see. Wait. This goes in here. All of the trash can go in the storage shed. I know why I was in there. I needed quality fertilizer. Perfect. And then I'll grab something. Let's see if I could... Wait, is that... Yeah, that's fine. That's fine. Put some crabs in there. Put all of the trash to be recycled later. Recycle some trash. Put this in the bulk storage, I guess. Put this in here and rotate out regular clams. Okay. Wait, did I have... Yes, I still had a broken CD. Let's see. Yep, okay. I did recently just swap this from regular sprinklers to iridium. So now it's all, you know, covered in, you know, it's nice. It's completely... I'm not gonna say it's the most efficient, because I know there is a trick to actually make iridium sprinklers more efficient, but I don't think it's actually worth it, question mark? At this point, I haven't done the math on, like, by adding an extra, you know what, it might be worth it. It might be. Math. It might not be worth it. I'm not sure if it saves you any space, because right now there's only 4 slots being taken up by iridium sprinklers. And there's a item you get from, I think it's the Mr. Keys challenge for mining, that you get an add-on for sprinklers, so you can extend its range by 1. I don't know if it actually helps. Anyway. Planting garlic. But the melons, pumpkins, cauliflower stuff, do I have one of those? No, I don't. All of that stuff works really well if you have if you just like spread it out a little bit more, or have iridium sprinklers, which is more of a later, like a mid-game kind of thing once you get access to Skull Caverns. Because pumpkins, melons, cauliflower that are in a 3x3 slot have a chance of growing to a big pumpkin, melon, cauliflower, and then you get double the yield on that, which is very nice. But it doesn't work with normal, like if it's just like a 2x2 or just like by 1, it needs a bit of space. Also, I tend to just talk in like, here's stuff from the entire span of the game, rather than just like, oh, that's in the future, it's spoilers. I'm like, nope, it exists in the game, I just haven't gotten there. Parsnips, I don't know why I have all these random seeds. I just happen to have them, like, I'll plant them sometime. Let's see. Okay, I can put these back where the seeds are. And I can collect that. It's stone! Sometimes it gives you coal, but mostly iron and stone. Maybe I'm wrong about it giving you coal sometimes. That was regular trash. Okay, let's see. No, I need 7 more trash to put in here and then just get something out of. And then I can put crab pots along here. Although it would mess up my numbers, it's fine. It would kind of mess up my numbers for like, I don't even have a farm computer, it's fine. But if I get a farm computer and it says, you have these many machines ready, then if I have just crab pots everywhere, then it would kind of use up a lot of that. You know, like, you have 200 machines ready. Like, what? No, I don't. No, it's all crab pots. Okay, what's the highest? I'm actually going to put that coral in the regular storage chest, because I use it to make warp totems to the beach. So most of this coral goes in here, except for the little archival thing. Wait. Ah, I see what I'm doing. Okay. This goes in here, and I'm just grabbing what appears to be the top sea cucumber, sandfish. This spare sea urchin can go in here. Do I have duplicates? Not at this time. Okay, ghost fish, squid. Rainbow trout is duplicate. That's not. And then the stonefish is kind of unusual. Same thing with the squid and the sandfish. So I'm going to move these over here. And then put the duplicates over here. That makes sense to me. I have stuff in the greenhouse. Amazingly, surprisingly, I'm actually like growing stuff. Put some tree fertilizer. Grab these crab pots. I might need to leave the mahogany seeds out too, because I repeatedly like, you know, grow mahogany trees, cut it down for hardwood, and then replant it. So I might need to bring out the mahogany seeds anyway. So that's fine. Also, I'm going to take a drink of water. Water's important. Okay. Let's see if this is any less crowded. It probably will be still very crowded. I need to grab another warp totem home just because I like to have one of those on me. Let's see. This is kind of a, it's got a weird kind of contour. It's kind of hard to find where I'm supposed to go here. And I believe you get a different, Yeah, these, did I say mangrove? I keep mistaking it for mangrove, because that's just the fancy tree that begins with M in Minecraft. But mahogany, they are big. And they also take a hot minute to grow, so I do like putting tree fertilizer on them, regardless of the season, because if it's winter, trees don't grow without tree fertilizer anyway. But these just take a while, so tree fertilizer it is. And part of the reason why I need fiber a lot of the time, because that's in the recipe for tree fertilizer. And I need a lot of tree fertilizer, as it turns out. So this is the mushroom stump setup I have, like, that I had that collection of all those mushrooms. I'm gonna plant one more. I'm gonna work on the crab pots later, but I've got, you can see it kind of better, like, right about here-ish. Is that I've got tree, small tree, tree, and then the big trees all have tappers and they alternate because you can't have two big trees right next to each other. But mushroom stumps need the presence of trees in order to generate more mushrooms of a particular type. Like all of these are like in their particular rows because the pine trees have better odds for one type of mushroom over the other. So I'm just like, just put them all together. Tappers go on the big trees just because that's just a useful, it's a useful means of getting all of the resin, like the, is it oak resin? And then pine tar, and then maple syrup. Yeah, all of those. Very useful getting all of those. I thought about making one of these rows mahogany, but I think mahogany only gives you sap if you put a tapper on it, and that's not terribly useful to me. Because you get sap anyway when you chop down a tree. But I do need one of these rows for mystic seeds. So there's that. So I might adjust this a little bit, that I like take this bottom row out and then turn it into a path. I could do that. Like one of those brick paths over here. But like it's just rows and rows and rows and rows and rows of mushroom stumps back here. So when it's all ready to harvest, then it's just mushrooms, like all like filling my inventory. Water is very good, yeah. So it's useful, and this is like usually I have like something the size of this small chunk that's like right here. It's like how many, like 6 trees and about like 12 mushroom stumps per row, and that's like that'll still get you like a decent amount. And then I'm going a little bit crazy, and I made all of this, and I might continue it down here, but also I might not. Hi BMA, how are you doing? Hello, I have had dinner. Thank you, Liv. I mean, thank you for returning. I hope your dinner was good. I don't know why I said thank you. I hope your dinner was good. So, like, I might make more mushroom stumps going down this way. I also might not. I might turn this into regular farmland, or, like, this is where I put the barn, or, like, a chicken coop or something. Because I don't know what level of, like, unusual playthrough I want this to be. I already bought many, many crab pots, and I'm wearing a skeleton mask, so I guess it's a pretty unusual playthrough already. Let's see. I'm putting more crab pots everywhere. I had these at the beach earlier. Forgot to say I was leaving. It's fine. Don't worry about it. Yay, bingo! What did I win in bingo? Does that layout work vertically? It should. It would be kind of hard to see, specifically when... I don't think you could put tappers on them. It would be much harder to put tappers on the trees, because you can't put tappers on the trees if there's like this in the way. Like if you rotated this exactly so that it's vertically, that's vertical, like 90 degrees, you couldn't put tappers on the trees anymore. So, but it would still work for the mushroom stumps. I didn't think that would work. I was like, oh no, I'm about to attack it with the scythe. The scythe does not bad damage. We had an interesting full card game where you had... you were reading BMA's. You were reading BMA's messages about bingo. Okay, yeah. Did some bingo with Doolin. Okay, I hope you had fun. An interesting full card game. Ready to get in Crystal. And Doolin was in charge of another. Doolin's pretty good with another. That sounds really fun though. Hope you had a good time. Minecraft bingo is like really fun. That's like, it's a really good refresher for like Minecraft trivia. Like, yes, you can get a cactus in an igloo sometimes because it's in a little flower pot. And I'm like, whoa, that's so cool. I'm going to remember that. And, there's another bat. I just want to fill up the rest of this pond with crab pots. That's it. I'm just living my simple life as a fisherman after I was scammed by Joja. I don't know how easy that's going to be to collect all of that. I might need to put more pathing along the edges. But so far, it's going not bad. Alright, that's mushrooms. These two go in here. I need to give these to Gunther tomorrow. Wait. I want to keep this in my inventory, except I need another warp totem to my house. No. No, not your soul. It was just, So you have two options at the beginning of the game. There's actually kind of like a weird kind of in-between way to do it where you get the most out of it. So either you can fill up items in the community center and then the little Junimos, little apple creatures, finish off community projects like fixing the minecart, fixing the bus, building a bridge to the quarry, that sort of thing. And they do that, and it's like, it helps the town, it helps the community and all that. And all the people like you for it and stuff. And it's like typically what people do as far as like the main story gameplay is that you just go through the community center. Joja, you just pay them money and they'll do it for you. And technically that's easier. Technically that is way easier, and like, cause I got it done, I want to say end of summer. Like, I finished the Joja community upgrades end of summer year 1 or like beginning of fall year 1, which is like kind of crazy because usually I finish the community center like beginning of spring year 2. If anything, like I've seen people do it within the first year, but that's hard. That is really hard. Usually it's like spring or summer of the next year. So like there would, like if I was doing a normal community center run, I would have probably finished it by the beginning of this season. Because I'm in summer year 2. Cat. So, there is a way to do kind of both. Because the option to buy stuff from Joja is open, even while you're still doing the community center. But if you do the Joja run at all, then the community center closes. Like, Lewis just closes it. You don't have that option anymore. So some people like to do some of the community center, especially like the friendship, like the bulletin board is very valuable because you get friendship with everyone. That's very valuable. And so they do some of the community center and then finish it off with Joja, which is interesting. And so I'm playing a Joja run because I wanted to see what happened because I had only seen people doing the normal run. And I'm like, what happens if you do a Joja run? And it's basically that they kind of scam you. They're like, haha, we have made money off of you and we didn't tell you. And I'm like, oh. Well, I don't know why I didn't guess. And then the Joja employees, who I don't recognize any of them, just like had a party. And I'm like, okay, cool. Compared to the community center ending, which was a lot more interesting, and you get to see all the villagers interact and stuff. So that's a completely different ending. However, the Ginger Island thing. Oh, we got mushrooms. Okay, I'm gonna put all this stuff away. There's lightning. I don't like that lightning. I'm gonna put this stuff away for now, presently. I'll organize it later. Nope, not in there. That goes to Gunther. So, how much do I get just from Oak Resin? I need that. How much do I get just from, like, standardly collecting mushrooms? Also notice that, like, a lot of these are 5. Some of them are 3. There was a couple at the end that were 2. The amount of mushrooms you get depends on how many trees are within a mushroom stump's radius. I think it's... I don't remember if it's 4 or 8 blocks, but it's somewhere. So, like, all of these middle mushroom stumps get access to all of the trees. And you also get, like none of these down here have the yellowish mushrooms. These, I don't know how to pronounce that. I'm not going to try at the moment. But they have a lot of, like, morels and a little bit of purple. I believe mystic tree... Oh, maybe that's what I needed from Mastery, is the mystic seed. I'm trying to decide what I want from Mastery. I did get the level 10 in fishing. Yeah, maybe it was Mystic Seeds. So, I got all of that just from 1 day of the mushrooms. Just 1 day of the mushroom harvest. Also, the red mushrooms I tend to sell. Because you can turn them into, like, life elixirs, but, like, cheese will bring your energy back up to full more often than not. So, like, usually I don't use life elixirs. I imagine they added taxes. That would be sad. I don't think there's anything similar to taxes in this game. What do I think? The closest thing I can think of is if you pass out and then you get a fine for passing out, or if you get knocked unconscious. Cheese is very good. So, like, you can eat a thing of cheese, and it's not... you don't need a full life elixir. So I usually sell the red mushrooms just because it's easier. Gonna put a bunch of these in here. This is a lot. And, like, each of these dehydrators take 5 items at a time. And if I had the catalog, I would be able to compare more easily, like, cheese, yes. Liv knows about cheese. Liv, who I normally am on your Stardew stream on Wednesdays, but because of technical difficulties, I'm here. I'm a skeleton now, apparently. Let's see, sell all these. Also, I have a lot of oak resin. Okay, let's see how many kegs I can make. Copper and iron. I could make 9. I can make 6. I need more wood. Okay, I have wood. I have spare wood. I just put it in bulk. Wait, did I already sort it, or is it in here? I already sorted it. I have more wood. I just put it in bulk for some reason, like I wouldn't use it. Preserves jars are also amazing. That's typically what people do when they want money, is that they just use preserves jar. I just have a soft spot for salmon region, pickled fillhead fern. I just have a soft spot for the dehydrators for some reason. Sell all of that. Yeah, when I was trying to make money, like back in like the year 1, trying to like make money at all, I knew that like animals would have been more of a long game. I was trying to do it as fast as possible, so I went mining a lot, and I sold a bunch of iron bars and copper bars. Like, and now I'm stepping back and maybe trying to collect things a little bit more. So normally I would have sold a ton of this. Let's see, more kegs. That's a good start. This is what mushrooms do. You turn into a skeleton. Maybe. I had a fedora earlier, but I had been wearing the fedora for a long time. Because first it was cowgirl hat. First it was that. Well, first it was not anything. No hat. Then it was cowgirl. Then I quickly got the fedora, I think from the fall festival. And then I'm like, you know, I'm feeling something else. You know, like I just want to swap things up. I want to, you know, something different. And so I happen to have a skeleton mask where the red eyes are glowing mysteriously, which isn't scary at all. Okay. I have more copper to smelt, so I can make more kegs. And at the very least, put the kegs, you know, like fill up the spot in my current shed. And I want to get 2 more sheds, at least. One for the preserves jars, and then one for the, one for kegs. 7, 8, 9. This is what I mean by, like, I'm amazed at how much space is in these sheds, because that's 9 kegs, which would normally be a lot if it were not in this room. But it's barely taking up any space. Okay, vegetables are going in the kegs, because making wine takes forever. And juice doesn't take as long. Coffee, I could have put coffee in there. Well, that escalated quickly from fedoras to menacing skeleton mask. Yeah! It's one of the few things I have from the, what is it called? The Monster Hunter Quest thing that Marlon and Gil have. Oh, wait. I need to put stuff in the preserve jars. I might keep that for a bit longer. Ginger root. Actually, I have exactly enough without using ancient fruit. It's just one of the few things I have from that. I know you can get the burglar's ring from fighting. That's probably something I'm going to do next too. I don't like lightning. Okay, how much do I need? How many more kegs do I need? You fight the little dust sprites on the ice levels in order to get the burglar ring, in which increases the chances of like monsters dropping rare stuff. I mean, not necessarily rare stuff, but it just like gives you more chance at loot. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay. Okay, I only have 5. That's fine. Okay, 3 more. And now I could use some ancient fruit. Wait, that's going to be ancient fruit wine. That's going to take a while. How about eggplant? I'm going to need all this stuff eventually. How much time am I willing to put into, like, waiting a long time to be able to use those kegs again? I'll get the mahogany trees later when it's not raining. Copper. I need more copper, which isn't hard. So I can get the last 3 kegs. And then at some point I'm going to need more gold, so I need to go into a mine to get more gold, which I can do now, actually. And I can put all these crab pots away. I can go to Gunther and give him all these, and then put the crab pots away. No, I put the crab pots away, give these to Gunther, then go to the mines. That's what I was trying to do. Town, Gunther. I have more stuff. It's like I'm breaking open the geodes all at once because I didn't want to spend money at Clint's to open geodes. This is not super organized, but it's something. And eventually I will have a full museum. Eventually. You know, it'd be... I am hunting for dust sprites, but, you know, it would be kind of funny or sad, maybe both, if I fought some skeletons with the skeleton mask. Sometimes these gems drop refined quartz, but very infrequently. So I do like breaking them open, but it's... the rates on it are not great. You'd probably have better luck. Just putting glasses in a recycling machine. Hello, skeleton. That was kind of sad. Okay, I have enough iron. I need gold, but I also want to fight dust sprites. Slowness. I didn't realize status conditions can last for more than one level, because I still had the slowness when I was on this level. A geode! Grab that frozen tear. Gonna pause and refresh chat. Do you have a tip for early game to get more money? Well, if it's your first time playing, I would just kind of enjoy the process and like just see what works and what doesn't work, and like not be afraid of like you don't have to do everything perfectly, because you can just enjoy the early game. Season the first season, spring goes really slowly. Summer is better, but you have to kind of invest more into crops. Partly melons, recurring crops also aren't too bad. A lot of the times it's just like a build-up of like you just befriend the villagers, get higher levels in all the different skills, and just like over time stuff just kind of compiles into like, wow, this is a lot easier, and I can spend my time doing other stuff. So like, yeah, spring year one is kind of slow. It does get easier. I'm trying to think. Very early game foraging. There's at the beach. There's a plank that costs like 300 wood to repair. I usually fix that immediately, because some of the foraging you get from like beachcombing is really good, because you get like it's like sea urchins are like 300. In summer you get rainbow shells. It's just generally good. It's easier to fish if you get to level 2 and then upgrade to a fiberglass rod, because that's when Willie starts selling the fiberglass rod, and then fishing is suddenly a whole lot easier. So you can, start fishing with relative success, easier, you have an easier time fishing, more success there, which gets you more money. So there's just like a bunch of little small things that like are just useful. Usually I upgrade the bag as much as possible, because you start with just this top row. I upgrade it as fast as possible to the second row. and then whenever I can to the third row, and then go mining, because then I can collect all of this stuff like I am here, and getting like all these minerals and stuff, and then selling all of that. Let me do it. Okay. Yeah, I mean, also, when in doubt, there's a wiki. Like, it's totally fine to look up stuff on the wiki, because I do that all the time now, so... Like, how do I do this thing? There's a wiki page for it. And this is the kind of game that there's a lot of secrets, so there's, like, tons of stuff that, like, I didn't even know about for a long time until I played with some friends. I'm like, wait a minute, that's the thing? Like, that was the cryptic message and it means this? So yeah, it's fun. Sap into basic fertilizer. Let me do the farm all on my own. Yeah, I do kind of understand that too, because like playing a game for the first time and like you don't know anything, sometimes that is a really fun experience. Sometimes no. Sometimes I really want to like know the things, because the not knowing anything can kind of like I like it takes longer and it's hard to figure it out on your own. But yeah, wiki exists. What was I gonna say? I don't know. Chickens in a mayonnaise is really good. Like, again, artisan goods are just generally good. I think Stardew does a really good job of having a structure of, like, you have access to this, so try this out. And then when you have enough to upgrade to the next thing, then you can try out the next thing and see how that works. So you start with chickens and then get, like, cows. And then, you know, you chicken coop, barn, and then eventually goats and sheep and like pigs, but pigs are where the money's at. Or like ducks and like duck feathers and rabbit feet get a lot of money, but those are like later in the process of upgrading animals in the chicken coop. So it's just part of the game structure. So on one hand, you know, just taking it slow at the beginning and enjoying the game, I can appreciate that. But also, the beginning is very, very slow, so I totally understand wanting to move past that and actually make money. They're fun. Because he's the one bringing in money from fishing. Why a ton of beer? Is it... You can't really drink it because you get the intoxicated status condition. Okay, whatever. I don't know. Also, I feel like there's some people who really, really love fishing, and they get tons of money from fishing because they know how to do it well. And like, I believe you get more money for fish that are like higher star quality, and so like they know the process of getting all the fish that are like good quality. Me, I like mining. That's where I really like collecting money from, because it's also an adventure. And you also get to fight ghosts and stuff. And I also really like crops. Like, harvesting all the melons is really fun. Like, especially when they get big. So, maybe just, like, find a piece of the game that, like, really, hits home with you. Like, wow, I really like doing this thing. And then just lean into that more. Because there is a way to make money with every single piece of the game. And it's just whatever you enjoy the most. Because if the most important thing is that you're having fun with the game. Bus stop. Oh, wait, worms? I think they're worms. They're supposedly little blades of grass, but the brown ones look exactly like worms. Okay, that's a really speedy one. That's... I just want to look at my stuff. There's so many monsters. And I kind of look like one. It's 1 a.m. I just want to... There's a lot of things here. Some of that's from Skull Cavern. Lower Skull Cavern, even. Ooh, if I unlock Key's challenge for, Oh, I got iridium from that one. If I unlock keys challenge for the mines, will I get a whole lot more, like, monsters that are not fun? Will that happen? That'll probably happen. Okay. Kinda need jade, kinda need ruby. Do I sell anything? This goes not here. I can move that sap now that's a full stack. Yes, go to sleep. I believe that's also... By the way, all he does is fishing. He's got level 1 or level 2 on other stats, except fishing, which is 9. Yeah, I know people like that. That all they do is fish. Mushrooms. So, yeah, you've got the... Also, another thing that I did to... even in this playthrough, the Joja playthrough, because I don't have the catalog yet, so I don't know the individual prices of things. I would just sell stuff and then look at this page and see which, like, the unit price for all this stuff. So, dried common mushrooms by themselves, just under 500 gold. But, like, these two, over 1,500 for each. So, like, you've got 10, and that's already, like, 15k plus. So that's great. But then you've got to get 10 of these dried ones, which means 50 of the regular mushrooms. So, just a little bit of math involved in these mushroom stumps here. But also, the pickled and the jellied things are also not that bad, but it depends on, like, what the original fruit was, because salmon berries barely, like, I usually use them for food, because they don't sell for very much. And even if you make them into jelly, they don't sell for very much. But fiddlehead ferns, you turn them into pickled versions, and they, you know, cost a little bit more. So that's why ancient fruit, which is kind of hard to get a little bit, you need a artifact before you can get the seed. Or like, say, star fruit, or like sweetberry gems are a little bit different. They're not technically like a vegetable or a fruit or anything. I think they're just an item that you can grow, which is kind of fun. But all those kind of like rarer crops cost more per unit. So like the harder it is to get, the more it sells for, basically. And then purple mushrooms are just what they are. And then magma caps in the volcano I have yet to get. But like, even selling these red mushrooms, they don't cost very much per unit. But then there's a lot of them, so I still get a lot of money. And that's 30k right there. Slowly getting my money back from my accidental purchase. It's fine. I could sell a bunch of stuff. Ooh, batteries. I could sell batteries. Maybe. I don't think I need more iridium. Well, I do need more iridium sprinklers for whenever I get to... I didn't put bait in those. I could, you know, use more batteries for the iridium sprinklers whenever I get to Ginger Island. But that's gonna take a while. Well, I'm at Ginger Island. I am not doing anything there until I get... the thing. All of the money to buy all the walnuts. So I can unlock it all at once. Which is normally how you don't do it. You don't normally want to do that. And it's kind of skipping over the entire Ginger Island experience anyway. Which they warn you about. They're like, do you want to do this? Because you're skipping Ginger Island. And then there's a little cutscene of Morris. It's kind of funny. That's one cutscene that, like, usually I see the community center cutscene. That's the one people normally do. But I've more frequently seen the Joja ending for the island. Like, haven't seen very many people finish the island naturally, which is interesting how that kind of flipped. Hello, chicken. Okay. Put that in there. Do I need anything pine tar related? Okay, do I have fire quartz? I do. Clay. I have some clay. Okay, that's not bad at all. That's not bad at all. More dehydrators, and I'll grab some more mushrooms. Let's see. Okay, that's all the ones that I can, And also, this is like a daily thing. Like, if you have spare mushrooms, dehydrators only take a day to process. So it works out pretty well. Let's see, more of these. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. There's one missing. It's fine. 30, 35-ish. Okay. And then those are already, and I'm kind of going through the process of like, I get a little bit more all the time. Like, this room was mostly empty at the beginning of stream, and like I gradually started putting in the preserves jar in here, and kegs, and all the seed makers and stuff, putting the chests the way I like them. So it's just like a gradual process of slowly making things better and better. Knowledge of knowing mushrooms. I think you need more dehydrators. I think I do. I just need more clay, which you get clay better at Ginger Island, which I need money for. So this is the whole process thing. Mastery's going pretty good so far. I don't need any of those. I could put stuff in recycling, though. And then I need to put bait in the crab pots, and I need to sell the dried mushrooms. And I'll put the rest of the mushrooms back where they're supposed to be. Actually, that seed goes here. Nope. Nope, I am not. No, that'll destroy literally everything. I do not want that. I would restart the day if I accidentally placed that. Because I'm not dealing with that. That's that. Yeah. Okay. Also, I have a slime hutch. I'll worry about that later. I wanted a slime hutch to see what would happen, and I think I'm going about. I need to go about it in a different way. That's fine. I also have. At a certain point. Hold on, do I need blackberries for the seeds? There's seasonal, yes I do need blackberries for those seasonal seeds. So I'm putting all the forageable stuff that can be turned into seeds with the mushrooms just because there's space. Same thing with the geodes. Same problem everyone has, which is not having them funny. I think very, very late game, when people have like a shed full of gem machines that spit out diamonds, and like all the ancient fruit wine you could ever need. I think that's the point where you're like, ah, yes, I have enough money, and then you start over. Maybe like a modded game or something. I do want to play a modded game at some point. Bait crab pots. And like, consider, I do have a lot of money. It's just the stuff I want to buy is not quite there. But if I reevaluate what my goals are, that I'm like, you know what, I could take it slow. I could just do Ginger Island the normal way. Then suddenly I have a ton of money. So it's kind of dependent on what goals you have. However, I'm still good. That's still the plan for Ginger Island because this is the playthrough of making things hard on myself for some reason. Okay. All those crab pots are good. There's another body of water down here. That I also want to put crab pots in, and maybe I'll use them all up. Maybe. Maybe not. Probably not, actually. Me not using this entire space. Like, this little area right here would be super cute for, like, a chicken coop. Yeah, so you place them down by clicking, like, the space right above where they land, which feels kind of weird. It also is quite weird when it's on this like curved side here. Okay, no, this will fill up. Okay. And then I'll put the rest of the crab pots that I have in Cindersap Forest, I think, because there's also a lake there. And I think I'll get the same stuff. but at least it feels better than putting a ton of crab pots at the beach. I might put like a select spot of crab pots at the beach. Just like, yep, this is the one spot, but it's not disturbing everything. Moss. This is also me getting into the habit of collecting tons of moss. And then normally I would also go down to Secret Woods all the time to collect whatever hardwood is there. That is before I got in the habit of planting mahogany trees. Saturday the merchant isn't here. Sad. Because, yes, you can go down all the way over here and collect, wow, there's a lot of slimes here. You can go down here, collect hardwood. It's not much. There's a lot of fiddlehead ferns here, though. And a red mushroom. But planting a mahogany tree gets you, like, quite a lot more for less effort. So, I'm definitely a fan of mahogany trees. And it was all to fund the mushroom stumps, because you need moss and mushroom stumps to... No, you need moss and hardwood to make mushroom stumps. So me getting into the habit of that was just expanding whatever mushroom thing I had going on. Let's see. Okay. Crab pot. Okay, let's go. Come on. Come on. Okay, there was... I'll put bait in all of these. Oh, that's the sparkly spot. And then I'll go back to putting bait in the traps. Bone. I don't like that. I don't like it when I find bone fragments in the water. That is suspicious. And I'm gonna put this last one down there. There was a spot that I'm like, can I put another one up there? I'll try it in a moment. And it did not work. Yeah, doing great leveling up for mastery, although it gets harder to level up each time. So I guess I should pick the one that I'm like, I really don't want to have to wait on this, which might be trinkets. So I might get combat right away, so I can go into Skull Cavern easier. That like I can just hop into Skull Cavern and it'll be fine. Plants, ooh, a little bit of ancient fruit. And I could turn all the ancient fruit I have into seeds, honestly. And I could fill this entire greenhouse with ancient fruit if I wanted to, but I think that's easier to do on Ginger Island. The trash is ready. Now it's useful things. I don't have trash in there. You know, it might make more sense to put the trash in here, actually. If I just reach for this container anyway. Driftwood. And this will just get wood. I think also torches. That makes more sense. Ancient fruit in there. I could do some of the like random like bulletin board quests. I could do that. Or like either the daily ones or the ones that take longer, like it takes a week or so. Yeah, this is also the part where I'm like, this is a weird sort of gameplay loop, because normally, like, I would, you know, like, pet the animals, and there's just, it was very clear, like, this is what's happening in Stardew presently. You just farming animals, all of that stuff, and now I'm like, well, I've got mushrooms. I'm not really talking with any of the villagers that much. fishing, question mark? And then it's just sort of like, I can see why people go with the community center run, because it gives you way more like little miscellaneous stuff to do and keep track of this whole time. With the Joja run, I've sort of had to like figure out my own gameplay loop of like deciding what I want to do or what's the most effective way to do it myself, which is fun, but I didn't expect it. It's quite unusual. I'm gonna put some copper in there. And maybe hunt for clay later. Maybe. It's only 5. Okay. Maybe I go talk to villagers? Maybe. Maybe I go mining. How about that? Me not wanting to talk to villagers is kind of sad. It doesn't really help you that much. No, you don't get the friendship thing. I don't really play the dating sim part of this game just because it's not my kind of game. So I just ignore that part of the game, and I usually don't date anyone or marry anyone. Although I will have to at one point for the achievement on Steam, but that's going to be on a playthrough that it's not me. It's a different character. So I have plans for that just for the achievement. Why am I in town? But it won't be me. Level 40. Dust sprites. I kind of want the burglar ring. I need to remember I have that thorns ring, because if I... So I have the slime hutch. I hatched a slime. They're still aggressive to you for some reason. I had a thorns ring. I accidentally killed it because it was taking damage from attacking me. So I gotta remember to take that off if I go visit those slimes. Whoa. Ah. Dust sprite. Also, dust sprites are really fun. They're kind of like silverfish in Minecraft, that they break rocks for you, which is really nice. Ladder. Looking for the ladder. Where are the stairs? So let's see. 161. How much experience was that? Nothing. Huh. I'm not getting any. Fred is putting a stop to his fishing to go mine for gems because he wants to marry Emily. Okay. Yeah, Emily does like gems a lot. I was looking at my other game where I was trying to befriend everyone, just, again, more for completion, and also that was, like, Spring Year 4, so I had done a whole bunch of other stuff already, like Ginger Island, all the stuff that I'm, like, trying to do now, I had already done, so I'm like, I might as well befriend people. So I was looking up on the wiki what everyone likes, and some of it's really interesting and unexpected. But yeah, Emily does really like gems. I did think I saw someone with a mod that shows you how much experience you have for each thing you do. And mining only gives you experience sometimes, not every rock that you break. Which makes sense that I wasn't getting... Yeah, I'm not really getting that much experience on the meter there. But over a course of a whole mining trip, or with explosives, you tend to get more. Because you're breaking a ton of rocks all at once. Oh, look. Bats. Another bat with more stairs. Okay, I was just thinking that one was going to give me a third stairs anyway. Okay. And then sometimes you just get a bunch of random stairs. That's probably the best clue that I have for whether it's a good or a bad luck day. Because I know people check the TV sometimes. You know, like the beginning of the day they check the TV for what the luck level is. And I'm like, I'd rather not know. Like, if it's a lucky day, then sure. If it's an unlucky day, then it just makes it interesting either way. And if I really need good luck, I have food for it. Oh, okay. There are slimes here. Winter roots. Slimes are great. These levels are great for getting some of the winter foraging before it's winter. Like, especially for, the community center. But there's still a couple things that you can't get from the mines that you still need from winter foraging. So it's like, it's kind of there. You're halfway there. Dust sprite. Many dust sprites. Many stairs. It's late. More stairs. And I don't need to rush because I have all the levels already. You know what? I should go and find some gold. Or I could go to Skull Cavern and find all the things. But also Skull Cavern is dangerous. But also I'm wearing a skull, so maybe it'll be fun. Okay. Aim for the caster first. That one gives all the buffs. And it becomes really annoying if you don't take care of it right away. Ruby. Also, these are very nice. In that the purple grass gives you mixed flower seeds sometimes, which is super nice. I see that fire quartz in the corner. I need that. All the fire quartz for all of my dehydrators. Stairs. Gold. And I'm low on health and energy, so I might... And it's late. Although if I pass out, I won't lose items. So... if I'm knocked unconscious by an enemy, I will lose items. So... I'm fine with passing out before I get to my house. I made it to the farm. Might be risky to get more stuff too. Yeah! And like... Ooh. Moon. Mushrooms. Yeah, it's not too bad. I can go in there pretty confidently. I would just need to be prepared. If I had the quiver because of trinkets, I would go in there leisurely. So I can't wait for that to happen. But like, spicy eel for food, which you can trade with the desert merchant. I was unconscious. Oh, moonlight jellies is tonight. Okay. I couldn't go to the beach if I wanted to, because the crab pots would be at the beach, but they're not. They're here. I need that warp totem back, thank you. I will organize this later. There's far less trash here, wow. Despite me catching nothing but trash if I use a fishing rod. Also you get, oh, I did not mean to pick that up. If I put bait in it immediately, maybe there's less of a chance that it thinks I want to pick it up. But yeah, those periwinkles I could turn into sashimi, because that's the... Apparently there's a trick to it, that like all these like low-level fish, if it's a certain quality, it's more profitable to turn it into sashimi than anything. I also use it sometimes to make basic fertilizer, because you need any fish plus sap. Not basic fertilizer, quality fertilizer. However, by the numbers, it's actually cheaper to buy it. Maybe you're just unlucky. What were you referring to in that I'm unlucky? Skull Cavern? Or something else? Because I wouldn't call myself unlucky in anything in particular. Because it's just I've had good luck days and bad luck days, and it's just RNG, and I'm just kind of enjoying it either way. Because if everything is always in my favor all the time, it gets kind of boring. Although that's just me. But yeah, usually it's just easier to... Fishing. Yeah, I think fishing is one of those cases that I feel like if I had more interest in it, then I would put more effort into improving my skill with it and like learning about it and like how do you do certain things and like what are the different fish patterns of like, you know, like the swimming up and down in the meter and everything and like what lures do what and... But I just don't enjoy it too much, so I don't know. So yeah, these I can make a cookout thing because I don't actually have a, that's a tent. How do I make a cookout thing? Campfire? What does it even look like? I hardly use these. Cookout kit, wood, fiber, coal. This is like a one-time use cooking set that, well, like a one-day use cooking set that replaces the kitchen. It goes away after a while. Sashimi. I sell this. Yeah, but it goes away tomorrow. Let's see. I'm gonna put some of this... Maybe to upgrade your house. Eventually. That also costs money. And I'm fine with using a cooking set, because it's far cheaper. It is way cheaper to use a cooking set the very occasionally time that I use it, compared to... 1, 2, 3, 4, 5... compared to spending $60K and whatever in materials to upgrade the house for the kitchen. I will do it eventually. Maybe not right now. I'm gonna sell one of each of these. Wait, one, and I'm gonna sell those just to see what the unit price are for those, and then I'm just gonna turn the rest of these into sashimi anyway. Even though it might not be worth it. But they weren't good quality anyway, so we'll see. I don't know. Because like when I started the stream, I had like 600K, and then I bought a bunch of stuff, and I'm slowly working my way back up to it. So I might not get. Ooh, maybe I will get to that point if I start selling stuff. So all these red mushrooms, I might just sell a bunch of stuff. Let's see. I do have red mushrooms here. That's fine. Oh, I should put trash in the recyclers while I'm doing other stuff. It would be really helpful if I had a catalog. Okay, selling red mushrooms. I do need to sort some of this. This is decorative. That's an artifact. That goes in the seed containers. These all go somewhere. Wait, were those seeds? Those were seeds. I need those. I do actually really like how my house is just kind of like slowly filling up with stuff that I've collected on the journey, because it was at first not full at all, of course. All of this stuff gets sorted and then I can sell some of it. Cave carrot. Put the seeds somewhere. Put the geode, not the trash. Put the geodes somewhere. Put the trash in here. And then, do I have any winter to start? Yes, I do. Wait, do I have grapes? I do have grapes. That's fine. Artifact. Dwarf gadget. Yeah, see, I don't want to sell these until I figure out, like, as in it checked the wiki. It's getting more cozy. It is very cozy. I want to check the wiki to see which ones are useful and which ones aren't. Because I know, like, the dwarf really, really likes this in particular. Lemon stone. Wait. Dwarvish delicacy. That's why. So I want to keep that to give to the dwarf. Wait, I don't need that in there. I could sort out some more of my fish. Lemon, yeah! It's a lemon stone, but close enough. Okay, let's see. I could sell some of those. I need the jade for, staircases. You can trade them with the desert merchant for staircases. I need earth crystals. I need aquamarine for the thing. I should probably keep amethyst to give for presents. Would you like to guess how many ice cream sandwiches I've eaten today? Well, you ate 3 the other day, so I'm gonna say 3. Refined quartz I can definitely get rid of. I could probably save some of that for, like, the people that like amethyst, which is not just Abigail. A lot of people like amethyst. However, I'm gonna sell that, because some of these, like, just, like, I really don't think I need pine tar for stuff. And maple syrup for something. I'm just gonna get a bunch of this stuff anyway. I specifically bought that honey, so I'm saving that because that is a useful ingredient in totems. Save that. Bones are actually really useful if you sell them. Like, they're not bad money, I've found. So rubies, I'm keeping that prismatic shard for stuff. I can sell a lot of the battery packs. This is also what I would typically do for making money at the beginning of the Joja run. It was just find all the random stuff that I don't necessarily need and then just sell it. This is harder to figure. I can move all of this to the artifact bin. I can actually get a price ticket from Lewis's place. That price, I need that. There wouldn't happen to be anything in here, would there? 4! There's lemon stone but no lemon fruit. It's 11. I wonder if you could count how many of one thing you've eaten in your entire lifetime. I'm not sure if people would want to know that information. Actually, now that I say that. Maybe okay. Maybe I do break open all the Omni Geodes. Because there's a chance of getting prismatic shards in these. But also, like, you get just, like, any potential of these. Okay. 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 That's fine. 2 of those. Wait a minute. I could sell a bunch of these. Because this is the bonus just for a reason. And I like keeping 5 of things just because it's a nice number, I guess. I like to keep rainbow trout because that's an ingredient in a recipe. How much money worth of food have you eaten in your lifetime is a real question. That is also another question that I'm also not sure if people want to know the answer to. But it is an interesting thought experiment. Keeping those, selling all this. Okay, I need that bait. There's more fish in here. Also, I bet I could sell some of this. Ooh, actually, I can put some of this in... I have my generic things. Hey, Liv, what's that? It's an unusual item that doesn't exist in my inventory. I'm not sure what it is. See, I kind of want to, like, keep some of this, because, like, some people's favorite food are in, like, insert thing in particular. Or, like, I end up wanting to eat it because I need food in particular, but... These things I can actively move. I think, because I like collecting, like, the generic versions of food, so, like, pickles, wine, also summer spangle and blue jazz that are different from just if you grow it yourself. Look at that. Also, the mead doesn't actually go in there. The mead goes... No, it can go in here. It's kind of the more unusual thing. Because usually I put, like, the stuff that goes into a keg in with the other keg stuff. But then you've got, like, beer, mead, pale ale, raisins. I think raisins go in a dehydrator, actually. But, like, all those unusual ones, I kind of, like, put those in the same thing. But they could actually go in the, like, the livestock... like farm animal products container, because there's not much in there in the first place. Similarly. Okay. Fish in the house. I don't know, maybe check the wiki. It's a funny word. I don't know what I was referring to with when you said check the wiki, and I don't know what I was referring to when you said it's a funny word. When I said some form of word that was apparently funny. Okay. All of this gets sorted, and most of it, maybe not most of it, but some of it gets sold. Okay, Dorado, that's, I can sell the bream, albacore is fine, that's fine. Except I can sell that, and then the carp that the fish gave me, and then flounder, and then I can sell a pike too. And I'm just gonna sell those while I'm thinking about it so it doesn't get mixed up with everything else. And then the unusual fish can go in the unusual fish container. There we go. And then 3, and then, well, okay, that stays there. Oyster, mussel, lobster, and then more things to sort through here. Do I have any duplicates? No, I don't believe so. Although I do have a lot of ghost fish right there. Because I do love fishing, and the one exception to me not liking fishing is that I will fish in, oh yeah, I need to sell those. I could just sell this. Yeah, well, okay. Okay, that works better. That works way better. The exception of me not liking fishing is that I like going fishing in caves, because when it's lightning out, and I do not like lightning, then I can just fish in the caves, and I catch mostly ghost fish. So I do like ghost fish for that reason. Artifacts. That was the wrong container. There we go. Just realized you're completely isolated if you do the Joja run. What do you mean by that? Because I'm not... I'm more completely isolated by the fact that this is single player. I can still make friends with every one of the villagers and, like, do all of that. Except I choose not to. It's not like you're completely limited on making friends solely through the community center. I almost called it mangrove again. I will... I guess I'm continually getting these confused. gonna need tree fertilizer, which I'll go back and get after I've planted these. Nope. I want it to go in the right spot. It's not gonna grow if it's right there. I see. Yeah. That would be really, really sad if the entire town just like, nope, you're part of Joja, we're not talking to you. That'd be so sad, but that does not happen. Like, the amount, I was actually really surprised, because, like, I thought that when I was going through the Joja run, that there would be a whole lot more dialogue differences. There's nearly no dialogue differences. There's, like, a thing at the very, like, after you, like, I thought at least Mayor Lewis would say something. He says, like, one thing, and then life goes on like normal, and then no one else notices. And so I was having, like, a little mini existential crisis of, like, is it more sad if everyone else is sad that the community center closed down, or if no one notices? Because I'm pretty sure that no one notices things, no one notices anything. Kind of happens more IRL, that, like, this old, like, let's say, like, a mall. Like, this old mall closed down. Like, you know that mall was, like, once, like, the favorite hangout spot of, like, a bunch of friend groups, and just, like, it was, like, a really special place, but it just closed down for whatever reason, because malls typically are, you know, the big ones. Some malls are doing fine, some malls are closing down, so it just depends. But, some people are going to be really sad over it, some people are not going to notice, and that's just sort of life, which is sad in a way. Not enough drama. Yeah, it's that's what mods are for, I think. I think there are mods that add more drama. But base game, no one really notices if Joja kind of just takes over the community center. It's just like, yep, that's a thing now. Everything else, you know, everyone goes about their normal lives. Whoop. More recycling things. Although I can see that, just being the plot line of a different game, that's just... that is exactly the drama that's happening in the game. I could think of a couple cozy games that kind of lean more into that, that I haven't played, so I don't know what they're like exactly, but, I don't know, it's not Stardew. There are some really weird things that happen in this game, though. Like, suddenly, like, it's all normal, and you're going about your daily life, and suddenly you're talking to a bear. It's weird. And then it was like, okay, suddenly I'm talking to the bear. Or, like, well, the reason why you're talking to a bear is because the wizard decided to feed you green soup, and then you have forest magic. Sorry, Shane. How about you go inside so I can keep looking through the garbage? All I came here for was the prize ticket machine. Hi, Clint. Hi, Lewis. I was about to, like, go rummaging through a garbage can, but there's no garbage can in here. A bed that I don't need. Hi, Lewis. Also, there's a really fun thing involving the Lewis's Purple Shorts arc that me and Liv and Riz did. It involves taking a staircase and placing it in Lewis's bedroom. And I'm not going to say any more than that because it's a fun experience. But, staircase in his bedroom. Maybe some shops closed down or something. That's what I thought would happen. Like, I thought, like, no, am I going to force Pierre into bankruptcy? No, he's fine. Like, everything else is fine and relatively normal in the entire game. There's gotta be a mod that, like, elaborates that, or elaborates on that entire thing, like, yep, it got really bad really fast, Purple Shorts, yeah. This one is kind of silly, though. Clint, are you okay? Are you okay, Clint? I can see my feet coming through the table. I don't know what's happening here. Okie dokie. Joja Corp? Junimo Kart? Oh. It's Liv's favorite game. That is infuriating. Okay, this one. So apparently, her trick is to be in a corner, which still scares me, and I still die. It ain't terrible. But then if any of the enemies drop loot, you have to leave the corner. And then that happens. Yeah, Liv! It's the game! There's so many! There is so many! No, no, no! I don't know how you could... I don't know how you're good at this. Oh, thingy! Maybe in future updates they would add more drama siding with Joja. Maybe. Wait, I pressed restart instead of quit. Okay. They might, I feel like a lot of the newer, whoa, what's that? That's a teleport. And it froze everyone else? Okay, weird. I think, like, a lot of the newer stuff that's been in the updates have added, like, more festivals and stuff. So I wonder if there is going to be something more plot relevant if it was, like, a side quest, like an Easter egg thing. Yeah, let's go. Like, whenever I get upgrades, then it's so much easier. There's still a lot of things. What is that? Yo! It is a lot easier. Until I lose the upgrade, and then it's hard again. I don't know. Similar to Minecraft, if there's any particular thing that isn't in the base game, that people think, like, this should be in the base game, there's a mod for it. There is definitely a mod for it. Whoa. No. Oh, wait, I still have lives? I don't know if you saw the Steam thing. I need to find a way to turn that off. If you saw it. I don't know if it came through. Might have coffee. And I ran right into the thing. There's little piles of green. They're just it's sad. Although I die into it. I think it did. Okay. Yeah, I changed Steam settings recently and then it started doing that. I pressed restart again. I'm not doing that. I changed Steam settings recently and it started doing that. I'm like, maybe I don't want that. And I forgot to do it before stream. Keeps getting bigger and bigger. Yeah, there might be a mod for that. I would not be surprised at all. But I think that would... I don't know. The coziness of Stardew kind of wouldn't be there anymore, I think. It would just be kind of depressing. Like the intro of the game. Although there was a skeleton at the desk in the intro. Oh, moonlight jellies. Yep, I'm amazed that I remember that before it actually happened. If I'm thinking of what you're talking about, yeah. Hi, Abigail. Exploring, and no one is paying attention to me wearing a skull mask. Hi, Pierre. I forgot that you sold stuff here. I have one of those already. Starport decal. Let's see if I'm putting this expensive. Where's everyone else? Hi, Barry. You were just going the opposite direction, by the way. Hi, Sebastian. I'm hardly reading what they're saying. Did Vincent just say he was stung by a jellyfish? That's not good. Those are dangerous. Don't get stung by a jellyfish. Emily, Haley, Lewis. I'm not ready yet. I gotta talk to everyone. Pam, Willie, Demetrius, Robin, Harvey. Harvey is really easy to befriend, I think, in most cases, at least for me, because I have like 30 coffee in my inventory all the time, and he loves coffee, so I can very easily befriend Harvey, even if I'm not trying with anyone else. You get a bad ending. Technically, this was the bad ending, and it was still, like, I felt scammed, but it wasn't, like, earth-shattering. Like, I could still, afterwards, play the game normally. And actually, I'm going out of my way to try to make it more Joja-like by paying the parrot. Hi, Marlon. Because I don't have to do that either. I think most people wouldn't want to. Gotta go with Stardew session. Have fun playing Stardew! Alex, Gus, Clint. Bye. This might be the last day. Wizard. Hello, Wizard. Okay. After this, I think that might be after this, I think that might be stream, because I'm just my voice. And it's late, and I'm tired, but it's also the end of the month in game, so it's like the perfect moment to just be like, you know what, yeah, just, you know, like, that's a good stream. I can start on fall year 2 next stream, whenever that may be. Moonlight jellies. This is so pretty. And then one comes up, and then all the others start coming up, and then everyone's just like, oh, look, it's the jellies. And I'm still wearing a skull mask. And then some more jellies happen. Bad ending is you just getting scammed. Yeah, pretty much. Baby jellies. And then the green jelly, and then it pans over to, I guess, kind of distracting you. It distracted me, at least the first time I saw it, that it panned over, and then, you know, watching Jody's family, Jody, Sam, Kent, Vincent, watching them a little bit, and then come back over, and then it's, like, right in front of you, the special green jelly. I don't know why it's special, or if it's, like, a different species of jelly, or if it's just the leader or something. I don't know, but it's a special green jelly in front of you. And then everyone else watching. Moonlight jellies. And then, yeah, that's really nice. And then it's midnight on, end of summer. And I'm gonna put some stuff away. Quickly. Let's see. That goes in here. That goes in here, and I have like a minute left or so before the end of the stream, the season, the day. Did I get the... No, I didn't get the mushrooms from here. You didn't take damage. Okay, Also, I sold a ton of stuff, so, let's see how that goes. And mushrooms? Just common ones for now. But I might be able to use up my stockpile of all of these ones. Maybe? Maybe? Close. Very close. And then stuff goes in here, and then I need that warp totem, actually. And then I put the bed somewhere in my decorative box. Hello, chicken. It is Queen of Sauce Day. Roasted hazelnuts, just in time for fall. Go to sleep for the day. And let's see what all of that money. Okay. That's not bad. Okay, batteries. Sashimi wasn't bad. I still don't know what that is in comparison. Snail and crayfish. Ooh, snail and crayfish would have been better to sell individually, not sashimi. Let's see. Shrimp, let's see. Interesting. I'm gonna need to do more research on the sashimi thing. One frame not bad. Emeralds are really good. Refined quartz are really good. Ruby, really good. Everything else is just kind of like lower. Red mushrooms and maple syrup pine tar did really well. Of course, mushrooms did well. So yeah, that was very good. Made money on that. I think I made it back up to 500k, which is just under halfway. I did make it to 500k. That's great. There's so many butterflies. I don't know why I'm standing outside. I'm in the habit of standing outside in the end of Livestream. I'm gonna take off the thorns ring and then go inside the slime hutch. Wait. Yeah, there's a slime. Yeah, there's a slime. I need to put water in here, I guess, because it's how do you feed the slimes, I guess. Anyway, that's the stream. I'm gonna try to run away from my pet slime that is still attacking me, I guess. Pet, farm animal, livestock slime? I don't know. That's the stream. Usually lately my schedule's been kind of weird, so I might stream, I might not. It's also kind of random on what day, because today I'm like, you know what, I just feel like streaming. I used to stream mostly on like weekends, or like Thursdays, or like weekends, but my schedules are off, so it's whenever I happen to stream. I might fall into a better schedule when my, streaming, I might fall into a better streaming schedule when my regular schedule gets more normal. But for now, that's what it is. But more regularly, Liv streams Stardew on her channel. Liv Awesome, who is in chat, streams Stardew on Wednesday evenings, Eastern, like 9 Eastern, which would have been happening today if it were not for technical difficulties. So I'm here. But yeah, but there's that, and thank you all the people watching and chatting and lurking, and also the VOD watchers. Thank you. I'll be back whenever I'm back. But yes, thank you and bye, and that is the stream. See you later.